8:15 and it's right now 8:18. So close. So
it's
close.
5:18 here.
I mean, stream can start at 8 or 8:15.
Yeah, but we can never get situated by 8, ever.
I mean, that's a D&D game for you. They're never situated. The only one that gets situated, quote unquote, on time is Critical Role, and they're paid, so.
They can be paid.
They're paid to be on time.
Yeah, right.
He can be paid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Pay me. I'll be on time.
Well,
I have to get paid before you guys get paid.
Not me.
Yeah, I suppose. No, Shreds gets paid more often than I do.
I've got 500, almost 600 bucks from this gig.
Yeah, no, I'm sitting on a whole 200, and that's over the course of 4 years of streaming. So.
Well, I gotta thank Robopoly.
Anyway, last we left off, our group of adventurers who are still thinking about their name and need one by next session as a reminder. You guys made your trek out of Nilstown, the strangely apparated town that is on the northern end of the Ardland Mountains. Headed up into the mountains with a guide, the ranger known as Devlin. You guys encountered all sorts of shit along the way, including a death that set you back a few days. However, after some combats with a lot of bad, you guys pushed your way into the mountains, accompanied by the few surviving wolves of a pack of wolves, including the dire wolf known as Diretooth. And you guys made your way into the snow-capped portion of the Ardland Mountains, pushed your way through several days of just non-stop searching for any signs of a camp, while looking for a dwarfish man whom you were meant to return to Ardland within the month. You guys passed over the mountains, encountering some ruins and some more combat in the form of young Remoraz and some winter wolves. You guys pushed to the southern portion of the Ardland Mountains, and on your way down, met the, shall we say, bestial companion of one Johann Weitzmel, which was revealed to be a beastmaster who lives and owns the strange cliff face that is known as the Rock Wall. You guys have, thankfully, made your way finally to Ardland just in time to bring the deceased body of the dwarf to the family Maudlin and receive a reward in the form of a 500 gold worth diamond and a few hundred gold pieces. You guys are now within the town of Ardland. As far as you have found, you guys are no longer wanted. It's been more than a month since your minor crime, and it seems they've just kind of given up or no longer care enough to search for you. Such a minor crime of breaking into a now confirmed to be dead man's home.
Did Roll20's thing get changed?
What thing?
The character paper thingy?
No. See, that's what I thought too, but it just took a minute to load.
No, because mine looks really, really good. Normally it's all broken and there's no black bars. It has black bars.
Yeah, congratulations. You now know what it actually looks like, Ronnie.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
Yes, I'm completely serious.
Oh,
You have been missing out the whole time.
I honestly thought it broke a while ago and they just never bothered fixing it.
Also, just to make sure you can see it, in the special songs section, do you see your new paper?
Hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay. Ooh.
Porque
A song?
Yeah,
Oh, I
I
didn't know
told.
that.
Remember, I messaged you.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a song. Oh,
Yeah.
I gotta read this now.
In order to make Ronnie's special friendly gift that he received, I reworked it so it would be a little bit more compatible. Yeah. Basically, I reworked it so it wouldn't use up his valuable spell slots.
That makes sense.
Anyway.
Yeah, this is what it normally looks like.
It's beautiful.
It's nice. It's
Sleep.
classic D&D. Any hoozles? You guys have as much time as you'd like in Ardland before heading back to Nilstown. And there isn't any particular rush to get back to Nilstown at this point. Abyss and Valeria. There are a few different blood admissions that are now offered to you, now that you've finished your contract and turned in the paper denoting that it is complete.
Okay.
The only contracts currently available within this town are for persons of interest on a different continent.
Oh.
So you can either choose to go without work for a little bit and either return here or go to another safe house, guild house, or you can choose to take one of 3 contracts. 2 of them are for Ogrelal, and 1 is for Coldvale.
Considering we don't really have any travel, I don't think we should take that.
No, not right now.
That's fair.
Okay. We can always come back and get a contract when we're ready.
In that case, you have no current blood admission. They do inform you that the other quest you passed up on has been dealt with. The strange roguish group, the outlier rogue group in town, has been wiped out.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, with that in mind, would you guys like to have some impromptu downtime before you head back to Nilstown?
I'm
Sure.
fine with that.
A
I've got
couple
wolves
of
to work
you, I was gonna say, a couple of you still have exhaustion.
Yeah, I do.
with.
I do.
And yes, a small bit of bookkeeping for those who were not present. Just because I wanted to make it nice and wrap it up real quick. Martia has made nice friends with the 2 small wolfos, and Devlin is now officially the companion to Diretooth.
Yay.
Yay.
So Diretooth is now Devlin's official companion, and Martia will eventually probably introduce you guys to her new friends.
I mean, technically they've already been introduced, just not in this way.
So far, the only introduction they have is the Blood Pact.
Yeah, that's what I'm meaning. Is technically they've been already introduced, but not in this way. They need to be reintroduced. It's probably the best way to put it.
They need to be introduced to their new job positions.
Yep, that definitely.
You are Fetcher, and you are Retriever. If I say fetch, you bring me the person.
If I say retrieve.
Sometimes.
If I
it
say retrieve,
requires-
you grab Lorelei's flute.
Yep.
I call
Yep.
bullshit.
Lorelei's
You
gonna
got
need to
bullshit
get
on
more
you.
instruments. She's gonna become a one-man band just so you can't steal her instruments.
That bag of
He gets
holding
more
is gonna be
instruments.
filled
I
with
get more
extra flutes.
companions.
No, I do want another instrument. It's just it makes combat difficult.
I mean, what do you mean by
It's
that?
also making our lives
I
difficult.
can see.
It does make our lives
I can
difficult.
play a fiddle and I can play a
Yeah.
dulcimer, and I think it would be awesome to have a dulcimer and run around with it, but I can't use it as a weapon. without destroying it.
You also
What?
don't use
What?
weapons that much.
You don't. So why would you need to worry about like?
He
Why
just wants to
would you
look
need to worry about
cool.
it? I still don't. It still doesn't make sense. Like,
Does
what do you
anything
want to
from
do? Just
Lorelai's mouth make sense?
no, it does not
No.
ever.
You know what? I think I will get a violin then.
You're not proficient
Short-
in the violin?
Short
I
of bashing
am.
someone in the face with a violin, which would
Flute,
be a crying
fiddle,
shame
and
to
dulcimer.
it.
You could play the
fiddle,
fiddle.
whatever. Fiddle's close enough to a violin.
Yeah,
damn instrument.
say that to another violin player and watch them beat you with a violin.
This is
It's
true.
the same instrument, just a different play style.
You can
Other-
fast travel by being beaten with a violin.
Yep.
I mean,
Save all our lives.
yeah, because you'd be unconscious for the journey,
Yep.
but it's not
Yep, yep.
fast.
No, not
by any
for
means.
us.
Oh man, yeah. Unfortunately, searching for things is going to be a little bit difficult today. I might have to use Google more than I usually do.
What
Well,
do you
if-
need to look for?
If you guys hadn't noticed, the compendium kind of is lagging.
It's a little
I
broke.
haven't noticed.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, that's why I do
No,
have a
I'll say I
nice
haven't noticed.
open tab for treasure tables and the like, so I don't have to keep flipping into that. Let's see, tools with edition. Yeah, sure. Let's open the Roll20 compendium. No. All right.
What you looking for?
He wants to purchase.
Oh.
Jeez, LJ. LJ's a giggly little boy today. A fiddle. We'll probably put that on par
Friddle
price
me this.
as a fiddle. Okay, so if you want to purchase a fiddle, it'll run you 30 gold, and it weighs
Oh my
1
God.
pound. Instruments are
Instruments aren't cheap.
expensive.
I'm
Yeah.
aware. I
It's-
didn't expect it to be
You
almost
literally
as much
took
as our
you
car.
literally took the cheapest one as your starting equipment.
Yeah, well, I also wanted to be the
Pied
hell?
Piper.
Not greedy.
What did he say?
He wanted to be
He
cheap.
said the words "not greedy,"
He wanted
but
to be
means
cheap.
be cheap.
Well, no, it would be like an unfair advantage. Okay, yeah, like my character gets the most expensive weapon, or
You're
No.
a fucking merchant.
The most
Bitch.
expensive one is a lute.
okay, whatever.
You want a loot.
I want a flute, not a lute.
No, you want a loot.
You
You're a lute.
can't play the lute.
I can't.
Use this as a weapon.
Anyways.
A lute only does a d4 in damage anyway, and it's one-time use.
Aww.
Yeah, that's why you don't use your fucking instruments as an impromptu weapon.
And that's kind of the reason why I wanted to think.
Why you want? What do you want to do?
He wants to think.
He wants to do a lot of stupid things.
No, I want to get my.
Maybe this isn't wrong.
I want to get my fantastic. What's it called?
Fantastic.
Ooh, stop.
Horse carriage.
Worse carriage.
Yes, the horse and carriage that we were supposed to get.
I mean,
Guys, I'm no
eventually.
longer rich. I only have 15 platinum.
Oh, I only have
Oh,
150 gold.
only 50
Only.
platinum. That's not rich. Yes, it is.
No, it's not. I used to have almost 1,000.
Okay. Rich does not necessarily mean I have this specific amount. It's called if you can have more than somebody can get within a year, you're rich, which is platinum. Most people don't get to even see platinum anywhere near in their life, ever.
Let me refill this, please.
I don't think I've
I
ever
will.
seen
Thank you, my love. I still don't have enough platinum.
It was
Talking
me,
about IRL?
In-game, nobody's. There are people that don't see platinum ever in their life.
I would love
the
to
reason
see
you
a
guys
real-
have is because you've had literal dealings with nobles.
Exactly.
I'd love to see a real ingots of platinum.
Well, they make like platinum bands and rings, Shreds.
I said ingot.
Yeah, what the hell's the point in having an entire ingot of platinum?
I just want to see an ingot of platinum.
He wants the
to touch
novelty.
it.
I don't want the
novelty.
novelty. I don't want to
Yeah.
have it. I just want to see it.
There we go.
Okay. So,
Not in
for
person, but
the
this works.
process of taming
Yeah.
and teaching your wolves new tricks,
Hmm.
I'm assuming you would like to take some downtime for that.
I would. I'm
I'm gonna take downtime.
completely down. That's
You
why
only
the
need
minute
2
you said
days.
downtime, I was like, please. I will absolutely take downtime to train my wolves, since that went so bloody well. Still sees my nat 20, and I'm very proud of myself.
Huzzah.
There! There, Shreds, you've now seen a platinum ingot. Oh, and there it is again!
1,000 grams of platinum.
I meant in person, but this works.
Okay.
Okay,
So Amartia would like to take some downtime to teach her wolves some tricks.
Absolutely.
Valeria needs at least 2 days of
I need
rest.
only have 1 point of exhaustion.
I thought you were all the way up to 3 points.
Yeah, you
From
were, and
that.
you have 2
Oh, never mind.
right there on your sheet.
Yeah.
Apparently I do too.
No, you have 1.
Yeah, only one of us failed every single time, and that was Valeria.
That was me.
Everybody else either failed once or twice, except for me, who succeeded all of them.
Oh,
Meh.
Meh.
Okay. So, while Amartia is spending time with her wolves in the park, teaching them
Yes.
to do things such as fetch and attack on command,
Mm-hmm.
what's everybody else want to do?
Sleep.
You have to actually do something during the day, Valeria. You can't just sleep.
Could always be my
Target.
training dummy. Yeah. For the wolves.
I feel like that will make you more tired.
No, I think that needs to be
really.
Lorelai.
Lorelai's busy
Yeah,
reading books.
mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, but she has the stick.
What's
She
Despite
does have the stick.
Your
but
flute.
No. See, I need you to play as the dummy so that we can get the stick. Because if Lorelai expects it, then it's not gonna work.
Lorelai doesn't
She'll just
expect
hide the
anything.
stick.
Lorelai's gonna take a level in Warlock just so that she can summon and unsummon her flute.
You know, I can see that happening.
I can do that?
Technically, no,
Technically, no.
No,
but-
but
because a flute is not a weapon.
No, not yet.
Well, you
There
know,
is
she
a
doesn't
feat
need
that lets
the
you-
flute.
turn
It lets you have the ability to use improvised weapons. I would not suggest taking it for you.
There's also a spell that lets you put things into a pocket dimension by flicking your wrist.
Oh, that's true.
I don't
I
remember what
cast
level
the
that spell is.
of being awesome. There, that's my spell.
Congratulations, you failed. which book are you going to spend time reading, Lorelai? The first one, the second one, or a new one?
You know what? What were the first two? One of them was about the gods.
One's about elements, the other one's about the binding web.
Oh, that's a good question. You know what? Let me try the new books.
Okay.
Nope, I do not have that spell. Fuck.
Alright. As you begin to peruse the third book, you do, you have a little bit more trouble understanding this one.
So I'm an idiot?
Make an Arcana check for me, please.
She's
I'm trying to find
I
it.
said
There we
yes,
go.
but no.
Like,
That
you're not
bad?
wholly wrong.
Did it not load?
Give it
No.
a while. Remember, Roll20's fucking lagging like shit.
Everybody on roll 20.
Everybody on Roll20 playing free fucking stuff. There's 2 free Pathfinder 2nd Edition modules. There's 1 free Starfinder module. There's Lost Minds of Phandelver is free right now. Fucking, there's a Critical Role or
13.
Wild Mount fucking thing. That is a success. So, as you begin to start reading the book, you do sense there is a sort of a weak defensive magic placed upon it. If you attempt to continue reading, there may be consequences. You can also attempt to dispel it.
That gasp.
I'm not probably anywhere near around to help you.
No.
She doesn't need it. I already emphasized that this is weak.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we'll do the dispelling on it, I guess.
Okay. Because the equivalent spell is of 3rd level or lower, it automatically dispels.
Do I need to spell curses?
Dispel magic.
Do I need that?
Yes.
Then I will have to wait till the next day to do it.
That is allowable. We are doing downtime. So the
Alright.
next day you will dispel it.
Yes. So then I will read another new book or something.
Okay.
Oh, crud.
What?
Never mind. I was trying to look at comprehend languages and I forgot what I was doing. Oh, it's warm in here.
Okay, so you said you wanted to read another one since you have to wait a day?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, somebody is real sniffly.
I'm always sniffly.
That's your allergies.
I can hear the
Yep.
glare.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of Gray addressing me is usually made with some kind of face.
Some sort of tone of
Falling
face.
into a
We're
sorry.
used to it at this point.
I love that. Some sort of tone of face.
Yeah.
That is a
Bro, you
brilliant
got on a
sentence.
face with me.
That tone of face.
I love using that. That can be my new quote.
I have to... Okay. Oh,
Chris.
right. I have to use Google because Roll20 is poopy.
You want a donut,
Yeah.
fat ass?
Fuck yeah, I do.
Never ask Chris if he wants a donut. The answer is always yes.
Do you want a donut burger?
No.
I do.
No.
Oh,
Have you had
that
one?
sounds so indulgent.
Oh, it is.
It's
Having had one
extremely
before? No,
indulgent.
I
I've
do not.
seen it. I've never
haven't-
had it. I've only seen about it though.
I've
Stop,
never
Chris.
seen it.
I want it.
Never heard of it until today.
I do not
I
want to.
want it.
My suggestion for you guys, as long as it
halfway
doesn't
curious.
have any vegetables, have a donut
Yeah.
and dip it in maple syrup.
Well, maple bars are fucking delicious as they are.
It's like, don't they make a maple glazed donut?
Yeah, it's called
They
maple bar.
call it the Luther burger.
Yeah, no, I've
Oh, I
had
remember that.
the Luther type of burger. It is good for the first 2 seconds, and then the cholesterol hits you, and you're like, "This is it. This is how I go."
Dang. Yeah.
No, that's what I meant when I said it's indulgent as hell.
And then I live in the state that has the bacon maple bar.
Oh,
Really the
I've had
place that
one of
Okay,
invented
enough with the fat assery for a second here, okay? I finished Googling what I needed to look at.
What type of bacon?
So the next book that you start reading is starts to begin to detail what is beyond the void in the sky.
Space.
that's an interesting one.
Yeah, space. Space.
Space!
Fucking love space.
Okay, so you begin to read about space for the day, since you can't dispel magic today. That's Amardia taking care of. That's Lorelei taking care of. What's the other 3 doing?
Stuff.
I imagine if you're studying recipes.
Yes, actually, yeah, that's right. Thinking about doing that or trying to. Yeah, I'm gonna try to find some new recipes to add to my book.
Some new recipes.
I've come up with a new
No,
recipe.
the
Great.
recipe.
You continue reading the book of recipes that you bought back in Nilstown.
Yeah.
Abyss and Valeria.
I forgot I got that.
What about either of you?
Do we still have the God book?
The God book?
I believe someone
great.
still has it. I don't think you guys returned it.
What kind of book was this again?
This was the book on the gods that you borrowed from the mayor of Nilstown.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I still have
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we were instructed. We just had to make sure we had to give
Just-
it back to
Yeah,
them.
you
But
just have to bring it back. That's all he said.
I still have it in my bag of holding.
Yeah, you can continue to research the rest of the gods.
If she's doing that, I'll just sit with her. And learn about the gods because I don't.
Valeria's just there for more.
So you guys are sharing a textbook
Yep.
Yes.
and learning
Just-
about the gods.
Wait,
in
don't
Bible
pay.
class.
Done with this sentence already.
You sure nobody wants to come help me train these wolves?
Can.
I don't want to get bitten.
I don't know anything
I'm
about
not really
training.
fond of getting bitten by things.
Oh, just sit still.
No.
What do you mean you don't know about training? We train Lafir every day.
And if that's the fear, just walk away.
Show my ass and walk away.
I'm going to spit in your food later, just to know this.
Yeah, I don't think Lorelei would be too much help aside from music playing. Maybe we should train the dogs.
I think Amarty is the only one with animal handling even.
Probably.
I mean, we can all handle animals in a way.
No.
My animal handling isn't horrible.
Just
What
pick
is
up
your
a
animal
rabbit.
handling?
A 3.
I have a 7.
Still not horrible.
Mine's the worst.
What are we doing
I've
now?
seen your wisdom modifiers. I believe it.
What do we do?
So, Abyss and Valeria spend their time reading over the religious texts, learning about the gods.
To be fair, I didn't.
How much downtime do you guys want to take? Just until the exhaustion's worn off, or
A week.
No.
If we
week.
want to take extra, I don't mind.
you'll
'cause
need a
that's just
week
more than
to
we do.
fully train your wolves to be compatible?
I would prefer that.
A week would
If
be
that-
nice.
If we're doing that, then yeah, I'll take 2 days to go through the book fully.
You'll have
possible.
finished going through the whole of the book the first day. The second one's just going through it again to make sure you got them all down.
Then yeah, I'll do that for the first day. I'll do the book. Day 2, I would
Practice
like to
making
go.
recipes.
Yeah, more practice.
Committing murder.
No.
Murder.
No.
Committing food murder.
We just got back into town. Like I said that for the
Flirter.
Would you like some surgery?
At the counter.
Moving along.
Bring out your dad.
Okay.
Bring out your
Supplies to practice some of these different recipes. How much time do you want to spend during the day cooking? Like the whole day?
Most of the day, then like close till nighttime.
Oh God.
That is a lot of onion. Or
No, that's
potatoes.
a fry brick.
Oh, it
Yeah.
looks like onions.
I wasn't
And there's
sure.
probably onions in there, but it's mostly fries.
God, that's
like-
a lot of fries, and that looks
Okay.
delicious.
Too much potato.
You would lose the
Fries.
taste after a certain point.
Yeah,
No.
remember, potatoes are tasteless fucking starch.
Like
All
the
they do is
cheese
fill
on
your
top of
stomach.
that- The cheese on top of that would, I'm assuming that cheese, would quickly just be gone in the sea of starch.
I do that.
It's so.
Of course
good.
you would.
I would-
Okay,
Fine.
so for most of a day's worth of cooking and practicing recipes, we'll put it at like 3 gold pieces.
Okay, that's not bad. I was expecting like 20 gold.
Oh no, not unless you want to like prepare a whole ass feast for the whole day.
You know what? Where are we staying right now?
In Ardlin, you guys are probably staying at the Squealing Pig.
For, for 10 gold, can I feed the entire restaurant?
You want to feed the whole of the tavern?
Yeah, wait.
That'll run you like 50.
No. Okay.
Yeah, they get a lot of patrons during the afternoon.
I'm just gonna cook for him and see if I can
This
get
is
him to
the
pay for my-
this is the place where you guys originally had the drinking party that Amartia had to step out of.
Can I cook to pay for my room?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
I
While
was gonna say you could give out samples too.
Yeah, I'll do that while I
Because-
practice.
Because Amartia doesn't remember, i.e. the player wasn't there to remember. Why did Amartia have to step out of that, by the way?
You were here.
It got rowdy.
I was here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was the end of that session.
Yeah, it got rowdy.
Yeah, no, the whole
Oh! that's
Lorelei got up on a table playing, and Lufir got up on a different table dancing, and just a whole bunch of dwarves were dancing and cheering and having a nice time because somebody bought the whole place around.
right. Somebody.
Yeah, Lufir.
Somebody.
Yeah, no, leave it to Chris to always throw his money in game at alcohol,
Yep.
even if it's not
Now
for
I
himself.
remember. Now I remember, because it
I
was
like
that moment
drunken
of your Aridin is showing.
Shouting.
Yeah,
Shouting.
and then Amartia was offered to dance and was like, "No, I'd rather just go to my room."
Yep, I'm just gonna bamf off. We're good.
But it was a pretty little Avariel boy. Anyway,
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll
Schrodinger's
What? Schrodinger's
cat.
Shitangers.
Shouting.
It's just as bad as my friend. Every time he's to say brazier, he says brazier, and I'm like, buddy.
I don't like the brazier. Please don't.
That's two different things.
Take out the brazier.
And he knows he's saying
Is
it
it just warm in
wrong,
here, or is it the brazier?
but he's just too lazy to change it.
It's definitely the brazier.
I'll
Why
cook.
are you wearing
Lasagna.
a brazier?
I'll cook, and then I'll use that to like test the food a little.
Okay. A lot of the foods that you're cooking are meant to be, parts of a halfling's, several course meal.
That's fine. I can space it out.
Okay, so your second day you spend doing a lot of cooking, and there's a few failed attempts, and kind of put it down the drain and try again.
Feed it to the poor.
You
No.
by the
don't
end of
put
the
that on
day,
them.
you can successfully have tested and gotten through about 5 recipes or so from the book.
I need to start adding recipes to the page then.
Yeah, that's on you.
Just get a real book.
There goes roll 20.
Ah, shit.
Bye, roll 20.
Refresh.
I'm good.
Oh wow, it really did go out.
If you're the only one in there, you're not good.
Refresh.
Beep boop.
God,
You're
that
right, I'm
sucks
only the
because
tracker.
every time I refresh, I have to pop out my fucking note pages again.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it takes a while
And
for
you
them
probably
to
have a
load.
fuck ton.
Oh yeah.
Right now, I just have 2. I have one for Devlin and I have one for the town.
Okay.
I don't really need
Oh,
Devlin's right now either, so I guess I might as well keep his closed.
I know I probably have double the amount of everybody else, because I also have to have Rachicha's sheet open. Oh shit, I should probably...
You don't need to have any of theirs open unless you go into like combat or you make them do something.
That's why I have them open, just in case.
Don't make me do stuff.
Like, if you need me to roll, like, saves and shit. What the... Roll 20. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm
Yeah.
still the
Let
only
me
one in
goddammit.
here.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
just
it's
logged
not letting me
out.
sign in.
Yep.
It's just on the black screen for me.
I can't
Me
sign
too.
in.
The
Weird. I
fuck,
reloaded
dude?
and it almost instantly came
I'm gonna
back.
do a refresh.
I
Oh,
I mean,
no.
I haven't turned
refreshed.
off my computer in a bit, so that just might be my computer.
No, it's. I guarantee you, it's on Roll20's end. I'm just
Yeah.
confused as to
Yeah.
why I got in so easily.
I can't log in now either.
Yeah, it will not let me log in at all, and it's like, it's not an issue with my password save.
Wait,
It's
did
just,
it?
it's
Okay.
just straight up not doing
Well, thankfully, we have contingencies for this.
it. Yes.
So everybody will just need to make sure that you have the Avray tab open. And I will remind you of what you are adding to
Oh,
what you
here
roll
we go.
later.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm almost
I'm
back.
not.
I just need to get in gig.
I'm
But
trying.
there we
Anyway.
go. Launch game.
Taking a while to load.
Mhm.
Technology.
Second day, Lorelei, you cast a spell magic.
Ba-da,
You now have
Yay.
access to this book.
ba-da,
You want to start reading it?
Oh my god.
ba-da. Yes.
Cool. So as you begin reading this book, you take 23 points of psychic damage.
Of course I do.
You have a vague sense of what this book does now, and you are well aware that you are not yet capable of reading it. And it is
That's my
a
time.
magic item.
Bum bum bum.
Dun, dun, dun.
I don't think you have identify.
I do not.
I do believe it is available to you to take.
That means I will do it tomorrow.
And again, tomorrow. Tomorrow. It's always tomorrow.
I love you.
Alright, as soon
Yeah,
as this
you
thing
can
reloads
take
up, I will
identify.
try.
Wait, no, hold on. That was wrong. Because the Bane was in there, and I don't think bards can cast Bane.
I'm in.
Right, almost everybody's back.
Slowly
I'm
but surely.
still loading.
I'm
loading.
still loading after all this time. Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. I guess bards can take Bane.
Really?
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yes, they can.
Can't do blast, but you can take Bane.
Interesting.
Bane of
I have no idea what that is.
Anyway, yeah.
I mean,
Bane
you're
is the
Bane
reverse of
never-
blast. Instead of adding a d4 onto your attacks and saves, you make an enemy remove a d4 from their attacks and saves. Anyway, yes, identify is available to you. You can also alternatively spend an hour and make an Arcana check, and I will tell you.
Identify.
Oh, if I can do that, then yeah, let's just do that rather than having to.
Go ahead and roll Arcana, and let's see if you get it.
I do not.
Probably.
Kind of high.
Yeah, no, that's a success.
Hallelujah.
The
Praise
DC was a 16.
We will.
This item is known as a manual of golems, specifically clay golems.
Oh, dear.
So, in order to cast from this manual of golems, you have to you need spells higher capability than you currently have.
I'm assuming like level
Fifth level.
7 or something. Oh, fifth. Oh,
Fifth level
God.
spell slots.
Yes, that's gonna be a minute.
However, once you do have access to 5th level spell slots, you can spend 30 days and 65,000 gold to make a clay golem.
What was that about needing to be rich?
Yeah, what was that, guys?
Once you finish making the golem, the book is consumed, and the golem becomes animate and under your control and obeys your commands.
Okay, so this is probably better not keeping because I can't use it.
Well,
What
no,
do you mean you?
this is something to
Why?
save for later, for if you guys ever get, like, a base of operations.
Okay,
Anyway,
You of all
Here
people, why would you not
is
want
the
a
manual
golem?
of golems.
I would love it, but 65,000 gold is
Flash.
65,000 gold.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
No, I'm at Flash. Just
Oh, I would totally make it out
Oh,
of
gold.
flesh, too.
no, this is a clay book.
Like, why does it cost so much to make?
but
anyway?
a flashy golem.
Because
Just,
you need a fuck ton of clay, and you have to infuse it with a fuck ton of magic.
Mm-hmm. Golems
that
are
would
not
make
cheap, man. They
neither
take a
is
lot.
Flash.
There are other ways of creating golems, but currently, this is the only way known to you. Coldvale might have some other means of creating golems, being as they are the magic researchers of most of the world.
Oh Lord, without interruption, that's
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah, once we get to higher levels, you guys can request to take larger periods of downtime.
take. All right. Well, I guess I'll have to do another book then.
You can continue to reading about space.
I mean, I guess.
You get.
Space. Waha.
Okay.
Okie
You
doke.
confuse me.
If nobody else wants to change what they're doing for the rest of the week, Abyss and Valeria spend the whole week researching the gods out
Well, I
of
was
one
gonna-
book.
What were we gonna do, Shreds?
I was gonna help you on my third day after my exhaustion's
Yay!
gone.
Okay.
All
I'm
right,
fine with that.
I will keep that in mind. Abyss, are you just going to keep reading the same book for 7 days?
Is there like a little library or something?
You can certainly search for one.
I should know this.
You,
Okay,
you
can I
certainly
search?
should, but you fucking gave up on it.
I'm not there. There's my knife. I'm looking for that.
All right. Well, I'm gonna turn my spells back tomorrow and
Tomorrow.
probably spend one of the days.
Investigation, right?
Doing
Yep.
things.
I have shit. I
You're
need to
still
do.
not in the game, are you?
No, I don't see her.
I tried refreshing.
Okie doke. Roll a d20 in
tracking.
the Avray, and you'll add nothing.
It-
An 18,
Yes.
okay. You do find, it's not quite a library, as it is just kind of like a book collector's home. They do allow you to peruse, but you are not allowed to leave with any of the books.
Probably a good thing, considering.
Yeah.
You want to keep researching the gods?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna
That's
see if I can find a book in here.
okay. So you continue researching on the gods. Amarty is spending the week training wolves. Valeria is assisting. Lorelei is reading through her celestial books.
Yeah, probably gonna spend a day doing other things.
Playing music and trying to make a parade happen.
Yeah, probably establishing relationships ish.
Gross.
Not that kind of relationship,
But-
Mm,
But your class.
but that could
class
help.
and race.
Just
Establishing
because, just
relationships.
because she's a
I,
succubus and that she's a bard does not automatically mean she's extremely horny.
No, but she's
is
exhibited that.
She's
more
just
than
really
She's
good
a
at
tiefling.
seducing people.
She's a
Yeah.
tiefling.
supposed
She
to be
has
good.
horns. She's horny.
Exactly.
Well, by that logic, so are the both of you.
Yeah, I know. I was
Oh
gonna say, how does
my.
that work for Amartia?
But
Confused
doesn't
out
work
of
for
the- out of the-
Valeria.
Thank you.
Yeah, Valeria has
You're
I have
horns,
horns.
Amartia's character, we can't mention it.
and apparently Valeria is sultry. So, thus far, that is how Shreds has played her.
Valeria.
I was gonna say Valeria, yes, very possibly horny. Amartia's
Oh.
like,
Marty's
well,
like,
she
I
is
don't
a
even like
teenager.
boys yet.
I
I'm
got,
fine with
a,
whatever.
Does not know if I like boys or girls.
I got a really cool squirrel.
Wait, why do we have a child?
She's a teenager.
She's a teenager.
She's adolescent.
You lot didn't know that?
My head.
No!
I introduced her as a
Yeah.
child originally.
It was so long ago!
Yeah, I know.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Other than
She's
Wait,
ready
what
to
do
start.
I have to roll there, Nate?
For what?
Everything.
Try and make a parade?
And establishing relations.
I mean, do a performance
he
check
needs
for your
rapport.
parade, but it'd be flat charisma for building business relationships.
Business
Okay,
relationship.
performance.
Yeah, that's what he
Pretty
meant.
Holy merciful God, that's a parade.
Yeah, no. During one day of training in the fucking park, Amarty and Valeria watch as a parade goes by.
Oh god, she's at it again.
Yep.
Lots of young children up at the front following Lorelei. There are additional band members playing their own music behind the children, and there's vendors going on with little boxes of some of their goods and trays of stuff, selling sweets and bags of popcorn, I guess.
You know what? That's not a bad idea. I think
don't think I've ever
establishing
seen this
relationships
happen,
with bards is an important
I was about to
thing.
ask. If this is anything that occurs
This
around
is not
here.
common.
This is not common?
No,
Okay.
this is not New Orleans. This is not common.
It's not Bourbon Street.
Okay,
No.
go ahead and roll charisma once more, because you have advantage
You
from
want
the
seven?
natural 20 performance.
We might have
Oh.
some bourbon around here.
Great. Now it's gonna be a horrible roll. Oh,
Wow.
come on.
It's only like a dink off.
You
but it
you
wasn't-
managed to make some acquaintances with fellow performers, not necessarily bards, but performers.
That's fine. Word spreads.
And all of the persons that were selling in the midst of your parade, you have a pretty decent working relationship with them. They do ask that if you're ever going to do this again, to give them some warning so that they can actually get some stuff together to bring out.
Noted.
Especially their dad.
They also would very much appreciate it if you went down the street that their business is on. That way they can have signs for, if you enjoyed the blank, come in here, kind of thing.
I will do that.
Yeah, okay. You essentially have the reputation of a traveling...
Parade starter?
No, basically a rock star coming through town
Okay.
on a
that's-
tour.
Oh dear.
Jesus.
Oh, there'll be no one living with her after this.
Great. Now our group definitely needs a name because you have a bard with a reputation.
That looks so dumb.
So wrong.
What?
That would make the worst sucking noise.
Oh.
Imagine the lips like vibrated as you breathe out.
Ugh.
Jesus goddamn Christ, Chris.
The fucking stream doesn't see this, by the by.
Hold on.
They don't
Hold
want
on.
You can only imagine.
This is what we're
what
talking
we're
about,
seeing.
stream.
Yeah.
This is what we're
oh
talking
my
about.
God.
I regret nothing.
I was trying to spare them, but no.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh no. I
No,
don't spare
they
people,
just saw it for a moment.
No.
Anyway.
I almost puked. I laughed too hard.
Alright,
Anyways.
so Lorelei spends a lot of time reading her Celestia book on space and building a working relationship with some of the common businesses in town. Interesting note, the toy maker sold out of all of his little rope pull toys, the little horse on wheels that you pull behind you. He completely sold out of that stock because of you.
Aww.
So in the midst of the parade, there was just a whole bunch of kids following you with little pull toys that on wheels. Some of them were horses, and there was one that was like a mage in the midst of casting a big spell. So lots of little animals and persons.
Hindsight, I just realized I could have actually used one of my spells to make this even more fun.
No, it was not the cute cat parade.
I would like to pretend it's the cute cat parade, okay?
Yeah, but Lorelei's the one leading it.
I know, that's why I need to pretend.
So you want to pretend that Lorelei is leading a cute cat parade?
Because I don't want to think of what she might actually be leading.
She's just leading a bunch of kids pulling toys and fucking
True.
candy sellers.
See, the kids are the cute. The Lorelei's not.
Yeah.
Abyss continues her research. Lufir, what are you doing with the rest of your week, since you only told me about the first 2 days?
I was trying to say earlier, but I couldn't get a word in. I would like to try to find an exotic weapons person.
Make an investigation check.
Okie dokie. Oh.
No. Unfortunately, the day you picked to do this was the day Lorelei had the parade.
Ah, loser.
So you're wildly distracted by the delicious smells that are going on through, just literally walking through the city.
I mean, you do moonlight as a dog. Yeesh.
What is that smell?
And you
Tarts.
technically have the brain of one in real life.
I'm going to sample all of the foods.
Okay. A lot of them are very, very delicious. Most of the items are sweet. There are some savory items. By the time you finish sampling everything in the traveling parade, you forgot what you were doing and you feel pretty full.
Was he here for?
Dumbass.
Right, I came for the food.
What was he doing again? Oh, right, food.
Yep.
Okay,
I
so
know it's supposed to be a werewolf, but still.
that's your
dog.
third day gone. What about the rest of your week?
I have actually no idea what I want to do.
You want to spar?
Try again.
Do you want to spar? Is that what I just heard?
I did. I said that as a joke.
I was gonna say, do you really want to get fucking lightning whipped?
I'll do
No.
it. I'll spar. Why not?
That was a joke. Valeria's in the
Oh.
midst of training doggos.
That was on the third day.
Yeah, we're currently in the fourth. He's
Currently on day
distracted by
4.
parade on the third day. Because apparently the parade happened on the third day.
Okay.
Fear can also help, train puppos.
You know what? Yeah,
He-
I'll help
He
train.
is himself a puppo.
He
I'll
is.
help train.
He is himself.
Puppo.
Yay!
Okay.
It's just turning into a training party at this point.
I mean, half the party is training dogs. The other two are researching.
Yes.
We're training
Not even the ones
dogs
with the
and
good intelligence are
being
doing the
God.
researching.
I know.
Wait, what?
Okay, Abyss. Roll me a D100, please. In the Avray, since you're still not here. Damn. Okay.
Damn.
I'm gonna leave a note on your bio section.
She rolled it.
I see that.
Extensive
Yeah, but the stream
religion.
doesn't.
That could either be extremely good or extremely bad, depending on how the DM does it.
Depending on,
What exactly were you trying to learn while reading about the gods?
anything.
I wasn't asking you, Shreds.
Man, I think I'm just confused because of fucking. I guess I'll roll mainly and whatever Do I know everybody else is having dreams?
I think it has come up at one point.
Okay, so I'll probably be researching if there is close to any.
Okay,
I don't
so
know if any of us told you what those dreams were, though.
nope.
That's the big question.
But I will reiterate the information that I originally gave you guys. So please take notes.
Trying.
So, of the gods that are now deceased during the reclaiming of the prime material, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 deceased gods that specifically died during this point in history. As you are aware, there's Arl, the Frost Maiden, a neutral evil goddess of the cold. She was mostly worshipped out of fear to keep the biting cold of the winter away. Her symbol is a 6-pointed dark snowflake. Her point of death is believed to be in the southwest, on the tiny continent, well, not tiny, the smaller continent of Hemlin.
Where in Hemlin?
Just somewhere in Hemlin. And just so you guys can, oops, nope, there we go. Emlyn is down here in the southwest. It is covered in snow, ice, and it is a completely inhospitable terrain. There is only one small settlement on Hemlin. Next up, the goddess whose death place you have recently visited, Bishaba. Bishaba is a chaotic evil goddess of curses and bad luck, once again worshipped out of fear to attempt to keep bad luck at bay, or as it prayed to as a means of exacting revenge upon those who have wronged them. Bishaba is the Lady Doom, and her image is black antlers. Next up, there is the Hearthkeeper, Sirolali. Sirolali is a lawful good goddess of the halflings. She is the goddess of welcome and friendship. Her symbol is an open door. She was the goddess worshipped back in Ardwall at the inn known as the Open Door.
Makes sense.
There is not a death place for Cyril Ali. Next up is Denier, Lord of Glyphs and Images, a neutral good god, a denizen or a patron of the arts, cartography, glyphs, and images.
How do you
His
spell her name? Oh,
the current one,
yes.
he spelled like that.
Oh, I was close actually.
Denier, in Faerun, Denier is the god of Candlekeep. His image is a lit candle above open eyes. His death place, I'll move you back to the overview again because this one's further away, is believed to be somewhere near the current the monk establishment in Holdsworth up to the north. I guess I'll keep you guys here for a moment until I'm finished. Next up we have Elistray, the Dark Dancer, a chaotic good goddess of the Drow, born between Lolth and Coralon. Elistray is the goddess of song, dance, hunting, moonlight, and beauty. Her image is a long-haired drow dancing with her iconic bastard sword.
Bastard.
Next, for Elistray, I believe the death place I gave you was somewhere on the eastern side of Ogrelal. Next up, we have Eldath, Mother of Waters, a lesser god of lake spirits and groves and stillness, a neutral good goddess. She is also known as the Mother of Nymphs and Water Sprites. Her symbol is a waterfall into a still pool. Nextly, we have Hanseath, the Bearded One, a dwarven god of war, carousing, and alcohol. He is considered a chaotic neutral god, and his symbol is a beer stein.
Repeat what his name was again.
Hanseath.
That's patron in real life.
Lastly, we have one of the very few dragon gods, Null, known as the Night Dragon. He's a lawful neutral god of death, undeath, and judgment. His symbol is a circle divided diagonally into with black semicircles. I'm gonna get rid of that unnecessary and in there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yay. I can...
Probably post yours as well because I might have missed some information.
Oh no, you got a lot of info because I can only type. But it's helpful.
I only did names, what they're known by, and then
Same, just about. What was the image for Hanseath again?
The image for Hanseath is a beer stein.
Is a beer stein. Okay.
He was the
Side note.
primary god of the dwarves. There's no death place noted for Null or Elistray.
I
Or
believe there was also
Hanseath.
not one for Eldath either. Eldath
Didn't
was
it-
not known.
Or sorry,
I asked about
Elistray was the one on the eastern side of Overlaw. Eldath, Hanseath, and Null did not.
And the near was lit candles, yeah.
Lit candle over something. I already
Lit
closed
candle over open eyes. I was able to catch that.
Because you wanted to focus more in on Oral, I have some additional information on Oral. Oral is not just a goddess of cold, but she is a queen of air and darkness. She is known as, amongst the Fae, she is known as the queen of air and darkness. So, despite being a god of the Drow, she is also well known amongst the Fae. Let's see. Her domains are Nature and Tempest. Her other names, the Cold Goddess, the Frost Maiden, the Ice Dawn, and Lady Frost Kiss.
Ice Dawn?
Yes.
And what was the one between that and Frost Maiden?
There isn't one between Frost Maiden and Ice Dawn.
Oh,
The last one was Lady Frost Kiss.
okay.
Let's see. Okay. She's believed to reside in a place known as Winter's Hall on Pandesmos, the topmost layer of Pandemonium.
Wait, what's it called?
She lives in Winter's Hall in Pandesmos, which is a city on
On the top layer of
plane
Pandemonium?
of Pandemonium. Pandemonium, as the name might suggest, is a plane of chaos.
It's a plane of nope.
It's a plane of insanity and chaos.
Nope.
So my house, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, your house times about 15,000.
Oh,
Whoa. Whoa.
yeah.
A lot of Orel's worship was sacrifices made, especially in the north, to attempt to keep the crippling cold winters at bay.
No. Don't run away.
There is not too much mention of any of her relations outside of where her believed place of her home place used to be before she died. It's about the only information available.
Okay.
Lorelai,
¿Por qué?
you continue reading on the book Beyond the Void? Yes, no?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so within your book, you learn some of the stars in the sky, not all of them, are old gods sleeping out in space. Just sleeping nonstop.
Much laughing.
They've been put into
Okay.
a medically induced coma.
No, they did what they came to do, and now they're just resting until they're either needed or until they decide to wake up and destroy something. However, beyond them, there at the very end of this book, there is mention of another material plane. The book concludes with a theory that beyond the stars within the sky, there are other material planes of existence. A multiverse, if you will.
Dear God.
Dear Gord.
Dear Gord.
And then for the other three of you, you guys spend the rest of the week taming the wolves. They now obey commands given by any of the members of the pack, which is everybody but Lorelei.
Hate that.
They can be given roughly the same orders as Rachicha, though they only get one attack per round. And they, for ease, they share an initiative order with Rachicha during combat.
That works.
True.
That's truth.
Just out of curiosity, Nate, would I have had any, like, or do I have to spend all of my downtime with the wolves, or would I have been able to maybe take a little bit of time, like, towards the end of the day to go do some research as well? So I wanted to look into a specific god,
No,
now that we're in a place with an actual library.
you only spend about 8 hours
Okay.
a day with the wolves.
Damn.
Which
One time
leaves-
we'll actually be near a library.
Which leaves roughly another 8 hours in the day.
Yeah. Okay. I just figured I'd ask, because I do want to look into a god. We're never near a library as of late.
Technically, you're still not. But there are books available.
Yeah.
Okay, which god?
Eldath.
Eldath.
Something pinged in my brain about that one.
What do you think about that? Okay. So, go ahead and roll investigation.
Alright. Guidance? Yes?
Yeah, sure.
Nice. Okay.
You're inside of a very kindly elderly gentleman's home, and you begin to cast guidance, and he's just like, "Oh, magic, that's nice."
Oh boy.
You
Oh,
didn't even
shit.
need it. Okay, yeah, you managed to find Eldath. There is no shortage of books on Eldath,
Oh, Jesus, fuck.
so you find a few.
Wow. Okay.
Most of them don't have too much information to learn. Mostly she is just very well referenced because on Wildermyth, Eldath is one of the widely worshipped deities, even in her death. Eldath, also known as the Green Goddess or Mother Guardian of Groves, was a lake spirit who achieved lesser deity status after gaining worshippers. She acted as guardian of groves and watersheds. Her presence was felt wherever there was calm waters. Eldath was very much a pacifist, even when threatened. Kind of shy, quiet, enigmatic. She is the goddess of singing waters, mother guardian of groves, the quiet one, and mother of the waters. Highly regarded as a goddess of serenity, comfort, and healing, she's also among certain sects of monks. She is worshipped as well.
Okay.
Her domains are life and nature.
Makes sense from what I'm hearing.
She doesn't necessarily have temples. Most people designated a pond or a glade or a grove, and that is generally where she was worshipped. There isn't any mention of a death place for Eldath. Instead, what you do find is that in her dying, it is said Eldath was spread amongst all of the ponds and lakes where she has been worshipped.
Huh. Okay. Any of those books have, like, I don't know, most, like, notes any well-known, um, lakes or ponds where she was worshipped, or no?
There is a pond in Wildermyth dedicated to her, known as the Calm Waters Pond. Anyone who disturbs it is executed. Let's see. On this continent, there would also be. She has a place of worship in Ardwall, though it no longer sees use. It doesn't have a name. It's just there's a small, small park between some buildings with a little pond in it. There is also in the witch woods.
Wish.
There's believed to be a place of her worship. There's also believed to be a grove north of the Ardland Mountains. Yeah, that one sounds familiar.
A little bit. Little bit.
Most of her followers are fey creatures, specifically dryads, sprites, nymphs, elves.
Lots of tapping.
She's typing.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
typing because I'm trying to make
I
notes.
thought that was
Shorthand.
Nate typing because he stopped talking.
Making notes
Nope.
because that's what we're supposed to do.
Let's see. Despite being a lesser deity, Eldath had close relations with Saloon, Mother of the Moon, and Lathander.
No. Thank you. I almost did something, and then I would have had to try and edit my post. On in. Okay, so a grove in the Ardland Mountains, the lake in Wildermyth, which we do not disturb on pain of death. Pond in the witch. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right.
Witch. There's an S in there.
Just witch.
Wit.
That's what
Witch.
Witch. Okay. Witch. Yeah, that was fucking me up. That's why I was not able to say it. Okay.
Which
And then what was the fourth one? That you
Grove.
mentioned?
There's the grove north of the Ardland Mountains.
I wrote that down. One in
There's
Wildermyth.
an unused one in Ardwall.
Unused one in Ardwall. Thank you. Yeah, there's a pond in Ardwall. There we go. Just making like shorthand notes that I really need to pay attention to. Try and look into.
Like
That
in
I'm not
Wildermyth.
going to necessarily.
Dungeons and Dragons.
That's for do not disturb.
Yeah, I know.
I know. It wasn't until recently I learned that was supposed to disturb. Wait, what do you mean D&D? Like Dungeons and Dragons? No.
How do
do
you
not
set
disturb.
your phone to Dungeons and Dragons?
Oh. Right? I just want to do that
Woken up
because
by
I
a
want
dragon
that.
in the morning.
I am the dragon that gets woke up in the morning. It's not fun.
You and your horde of
Okay.
books.
You're not wrong. You are very much not wrong. And me having more money is not going to help things.
Yes, it will.
No, because
Well,
she'll just
more
buy more books.
It helps me, but certain people are going to be very mad about it.
It's fine.
It's totally fine. I mean, I have space on my new desk that I need to add books to, so it's fine.
Or you could, get some non-book things like figures.
Like
I
no.
And plush.
have them. Nate, you act as if I don't do that already.
Yeah, but you need
I-
more.
I do.
Dice.
I buy them with
She
my
has
books.
dice. I guarantee she has dice.
Oh, honey.
Dice, a dice tower, a dice bag, a dice vault.
That's ball.
I don't have a dice vault yet, and the only reason I have
Where
a
are you
dice
supposed
tower
to put your bad dice then, huh?
I have a dice
The trash.
satchel.
I
they're
have
put
a
in a little
foldable
tiny
dice tray.
jar that is very dark, and they stay there until they behave. That is technically my dice vault.
Go sit in the black mason jar. Think about what you've done.
Yeah, no. I have like one of those, the Crown Royal bags. I have a large one. It's about halfway full of dice, and that's not even all my dice. Laura Bailey and I would get along very, very well.
Laura Bailey has 3 entire dice bags of dice.
I know.
Bring out your dice.
She would understand the need to have so much dice, even though
Yeah,
I don't
but
use
here's
them
the
very often
problem.
anymore.
Now people keep giving her dice.
No,
Just
what's
adding
worse
to
is
the
they keep
collection.
What's worse is they keep sending her the dice that are meant for other players, and they just get sucked into the black hole that is Laura Bailey.
I got this large dice that's for Taliesin, but I kind of want to use
Like,
It's mine now.
like, oh, I'll give it to him if he mentions it. He doesn't even know he's supposed to receive one.
Wait, what?
Anyway,
Don't worry about it.
it's a
Mister,
Critical
I
Role
gave up on
reference.
Critical Role to watch fucking Game of Thrones.
Good call.
But why not both?
Because he's already watched Game of Thrones.
That's why I said why not both then. Watch Game of Thrones and then also watch Critical Role. It's possible. There are enough
Yeah.
hours in the day.
It's just, there's not enough hours in the day.
Not enough hours in my day.
Shreds, why are you still on the other side of the room?
I'm moving stuff.
He's in the fucking
You
ether.
went over there to get a drink, and now you're just moving stuff around.
No,
Starts are sleeping gods. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's why I put the correction in there.
I know. I saw that. I saw you in our notes, and I'm like, wait, what is he doing in our notes? Oh, that
Yeah.
makes more sense now.
Ronnie uses autocomplete, and sometimes it fucks him over pretty hard.
I didn't do shit. That was literally just me typing.
Okay, Ronnie is a brainlet.
Brainlet.
You've got to bring
Friendless.
So,
Bring-
Anyways.
now that with all of that said and done,
Uh huh.
which was fun.
that is, you guys took
I mean,
a
notes
week.
were made.
Yeah, no, you guys took a week, collected yourselves, trained your new wolf companions, and you may share the names with your compatriots.
Yes. The female is named Kipcha, and the male is Kaz. Notes are in our notes of what the names are.
Yes.
Chris, it's Kaz.
The butt calves.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Okay.
So, after your week of downtime, Devlin meets up with you guys at the edge of town. You certainly took your time.
I mean, I had to take time to, train these two. Gestures to my new wolf companions.
No, for a second I thought you were pointing towards me and looking at.
I mean, I had to train
This is
you
pretty
guys,
scratching
but I
matters
was
here.
being nice.
What?
They have to train much longer before they can understand things.
Yeah. So
What's
much
that
work. Not enough time.
Kipcha's the super serious, I'm a wolf, and then Kaz is the I'm happy to be here kind of wolf.
With
Not quite, but Kaz is the wolf with the perpetual smile.
Kaz is baby.
Kipcha is, I'll bite your hand off if you fuck with me, boy.
but a man will fuck up.
ironic is Kaz is the one with the higher hell.
Mm-hmm. So you guys meet back up with Devlin, and you guys start to make your way once again along the
Around
outer
the
edge of the
mountain.
mountains. Devlin has already picked up rations for the trip,
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
and he
Forgot some.
made a tidy profit selling off all of his everything that was in his bag of holding, essentially.
Good
A
for him.
bunch of skins and furs.
I forgot to do that. Damn it.
That's a lot of meat.
No, he
Yeah,
didn't have any meat to sell because you
Well,
guys
no, but
ate
I
it.
I had
Ah.
some stuff left over.
She did have that sweat gland.
I had
Oh
a-
no, that's
That's
gone.
in.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had
Yeah, that
the
was in the bag.
feather. I had the carapace.
Mm-hmm. Oh jeez.
Good God! What happened?
What's that?
Bang bang.
Ronnie, you good?
I'm fine. All I did was hit play.
Bang bang.
Wait, Nate, are you okay, Nate?
I didn't even see where the noise came from. What the
I didn't,
hell?
I didn't see it either,
Nate will
but
return.
Nate's mute.
It appears that if Nate has dropped his desk,
Okay.
I'm still loading in.
Oh God.
Refresh it again.
I've been refreshing it every like
Hun,
20 minutes.
Abyss,
Yeah.
have you just opened a new window?
Okay, I'm back.
No.
Try
Okay,
that.
bud?
Okay.
Somebody
or change your problem
knocked
like I
over the
had to do.
fucking the gate that
Ah.
we use for the top of the stairs.
Mm.
I thought Ronnie died.
I assume it's one of the
Why
dogs.
would it be Ronnie?
He was like, oh God.
No, it's for keeping the cats upstairs. And occasionally the dog, but the dog's not down there enough.
I fear the day
No.
Illy figures out how to get past her gate. She can walk now.
Oh, dear
Mhm.
God.
It's been that long?
She's almost a
Alright.
year and a half.
It's been more than a year since we started this campaign.
Yeah.
And we're only day
Has it really been
Man,
that
how
long?
time flies.
Yeah, man, how many sessions we've missed.
I'm sorry.
So many. So many.
Sorry.
Anyway, during you guys' first day of travel, not much happens.
Not surprising.
I'll keep my
That's
ears out.
okay.
You guys are mostly heading through Mountain Pass right now, as Ardlin is technically in the mountains. But you guys truck on for the first day, set up yourselves a camp, and take a long rest. First 3 days are uneventful. I'm not going to have you guys roll for perceptions unless you want to keep an eye out for anything in particular, or ears out.
The next 3 days are awesome.
I would like to take a listen in, mostly about to see if I can hear, that Remoraz still.
I'm going to say
Big one?
no,
Okay.
That's
because
good.
even if you rolled a nat 20 with like a +8, you still would not hear it from where you are.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if because it seemed like I could hear it for a while, but
Mhm,
Okay.
That was mostly because you were on the mountains, and
Yeah.
thus it was easier to hear the reverberations coming out of the crevasse.
okay. Well, at least for now, that's mainly what I'm trying to. Concern.
No, you don't hear it. You don't hear any of it for
Heard it.
3 days.
I don't hear it.
Well, God
You don't
damn,
heard
man,
any
that's
of
a
it
great
for the
campaign.
3 days that you're traveling.
I heard it.
Oh, there.
Oh, damn.
You guys have yourselves a hoot nanny.
Hell yeah.
God.
Grand old happy fun times. During your travel, Devlin does tell you about an item he has waiting for you once you guys return to Nils town.
My attention is piqued.
He did mention that he was having a bow made. As far as he's aware, especially because you guys decided to take a week, the item should be finished upon your return. A bow made from the tendon of the boulette.
Ooh, nice. Fancy.
He isn't sure what it will do, but it should be finished once you get there. He does also remind you that that statue is probably pretty well on its way to being done as well.
Yeah, we need a name.
We need a name.
How many more days do we have?
You guys have till next session.
Boogaloo.
Okay, we have.
So that's like
semi-time.
1 week.
Yeah.
Big
So it's not going to be done by the time we get back. Gotcha.
It's going.
Should just call ourselves
You
the
guys,
Band of Idiots.
you guys will be. Once you guys get back, that'll be the end of this week's session, irregardless of how long it takes.
Okay. Yes, that's good to know, but still. I hate coming up with names for shit.
Well, we can't do Gilded Iron again, guys.
No. It wouldn't even make
Gurgle
sense,
iron.
anyways. Aside from the
No.
fact we've been clapped in irons.
Just call yourselves that, Clapton Irons.
The clapped irons.
We're gonna go around arresting people. Clapton Irons.
Tuesday, it's at 12.
Anyways.
Sure.
We'll come up with something better, guys. Right?
Will be.
Hopefully.
You come
I
up with
hope
something.
so.
Not good with names.
Considering I once had a school group, like we did projects together, and we just called ourselves something else because nobody could agree on anything. My luck is not great with these things. No. 7 levels of no.
How many members
I'd
are
say
in this
yes,
group?
but we don't know that. There's a mighty 5. Technically,
Plus
unless
3
you count.
animals.
I was gonna say, if you count the companions, it's 9.
9.
Because there's Cerilius.
Mhm.
We also cannot call ourselves the Mighty 9. People will attack us.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh.
why don't we just call ourselves the 99ers?
Why?
Why do you want to be compared to the 99ers, Ronnie?
Because, I don't know, man. I was thinking about that joke where we'd make fun of Jason for being a Geppetto.
Stupid.
Yeah, as a
I don't
reminder,
know what you're talking
can't
about.
do anything that is copywritten.
Yep. That's why I said that. It's like, no, we're not doing Mighty 9. It would go very badly.
Okay.
I was thinking of other reasons for that one, but sure.
I mean, I say we should just name ourselves what we are.
Pack
A
of
band of
idiots.
idiots?
There you go.
The Band of Idiots.
The heroes of
Personally,
Nilstown. Band of idiots.
The band of
personally,
Better than nothing.
personally, I would rather something less humiliating.
Self-deprecating.
Yeah.
Self-deprecating heroes.
We can hope to improve. Hope.
Yeah, hope.
Slowly,
Hope.
eventually. Hey, even a
What
little
is
bit of improvement is improvement.
Somebody make me a roll. I need a D4.
A D4?
Mm-hmm.
Uno di foro.
Okie dokes.
Oop.
Alright. Cool. No, don't pop out the fucking chat. Stop doing that,
Good.
Roll20.
Good.
Pop out
My
that
mouse keeps double clicking. I don't like it.
New mouse time.
Can't afford.
Gonna sing you bits.
Won't help at all.
You'll receive it within.
I won't receive it because
It's what
it has to be more than $100. Remember?
Yeah, I know. How much do you have, and then I'll give you the rest.
Like 15 cents. Good luck.
Metal Gear.
I don't have subscribers, and I don't have anybody giving bits, so...
Everybody go smash that subscribe button over at SuperNerdynate.
Anyway,
Cringe, so
so
you're welcome.
during you guys' travel, you are out of the actual mountains, and you guys are now
The shits
in like
into
the
frying pan.
out of the plains area that kind of surrounds the mountains. You know, rocky area. There's a little bit of a path, not quite.
Okay.
It's like a worn-in dirt area. As you guys go on through your day, Devlin keeps his eyes out for any possible, goings-ons.
Danger.
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger.
Oh wow, that's not at all what I want.
You sure? Think about it.
You sure?
I popped out Devlin's character sheet, and it compressed it all into one column.
Oh god. That's you.
Oh no.
And now it's telling me that I need to sign into Roll20. That's cool.
Wunderbar.
Okay, go into outro screen just in case the same happens.
Technical difficulty.
Checking your browser before accessing your...
Yeah, it's going to tell you you need to log in. Just close it and reopen it again. See, okay. This time, instead of opening what I wanted it to, it opened a second Roll20. I was trying to pop out Diretooth stats, and it opened a whole new Roll20.
This is getting ridiculous. Now there's 2 of them.
The multiply. Okay, so this is the equivalent of what you guys see. I think I have you on the map already. I do not.
No.
Okey-doke.
I'm on the map.
Sally, ring error. No server available.
Nope.
Oh
This is
yeah,
something.
Abyss can't see.
I can't see.
Ironic, because it looks like only Abyss. No, now Lorelai's there.
Well,
I mean, it is a black map.
Now I see Lufair.
There we
And
go.
there's Valeria.
I mean, Abyss can always do what I had to do and just change browsers.
I mean, yeah. Duh.
Yeah.
That's always an option.
What are you using there, NEMS, for your browser?
I have Firefox.
Well, switch to
No.
Microsoft Edge.
Firefox works. Switch to the worst one. What is wrong with you?
Switch to Chrome.
I'm using Firefox. I haven't had.
Chrome
any
doesn't make this
issues.
any better. Because I use Chrome.
It's more just sometimes that helps. As somebody who's been in customer service way too long, this has to explain, had people do that, and a lot of times it fixed it momentarily. Don't ask me why. Still don't fully understand it.
No, I've had to do it just to log into my store account.
Any hoozles. So this is you guys' travel path.
Travel back.
Woo!
Travel path.
Oh Lord, why?
Why? What?
This why?
Mhm.
What?
Go look in Dungeoneering and you'll see.
Cool.
Oh.
Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna go call my
It's
doctor.
like the least appetizing cheese. Holy shit. Yeah, no, it just
Yeah.
looks like they melted some American cheese slabs on it.
It's a literal brick of fries. What the hell, man?
Straight.
Shreds, no.
Yeah.
There's
Can
just
I
no
find
help.
anything that you will not eat?
That's fries.
Those fries don't. They look dry.
Those
as
fries don't look
fuck.
appetizing. I'm gonna be honest.
Like there's no.
Okay, I'm
taste.
gonna let you know right now. I'll eat cold.
I'll eat
Ew.
cold fries too if they're good.
Yeah, no, okay, enough. Stopping
Anyways, moving along. Moving along.
nipping that in the bud. As you guys
All
are traveling along, there is a small pack, very small, of wild boars.
Kill it. With fire.
Do they notice us?
Oh yeah, they're charging you.
Ah, fuck
Yay!
us.
I need initiative.
Ah, fuck.
Perceptions. Why?
I am going to devour the pig. Eat pig.
Eat Boris.
That's.
Oh, that's not
I
bad.
need this.
Womp.
Seems like 19 is my lucky number.
Okey-dokes.
I mean, I don't
Okey-dokes,
know how you want to
artichokes.
situate the wolves.
They share
Oh, wow.
Rachichas.
Okay. Do you need me to do anything?
As long as Rachichas is rolled, nope.
Okay. Nope,
He has
he's
a
rolled.
15.
Oh, thank God, they're towards the bottom.
Hooray!
I said towards because I don't see everybody on the turn.
Devlin.
Let's see who's missing.
Abyss definitely is.
Abyss
Still
definitely
She
not
rolled a die.
there.
Yep.
makes sense.
That's your initiative, Abyss?
Yeah.
Yeah, 9, 53. Yeah, 21.
Okay, so. Abyss, and Abyss got a 21. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. God damn it.
There you go, Viz.
Oh yes. Oh, this is
I'll
gonna be
just
interesting.
roll that again. There we go. Good enough. What did it have the first time? Okay, so you guys watch as descending from the hill are 3 boars.
Wonderful.
They are charging
Okay.
you. Mm-hmm.
Am I able to use that new thing you gave me?
I mean, sure, if you seriously want to.
I fear this.
I want to ask if you'll let me do this because I think it'll be funny.
Oh,
Can I send it to you?
It'll probably be humorous. You can slash whisper me if you don't want the others to see. Can you? Yeah, sure.
Floating.
All right.
I'm gonna do that then.
So Lorelei begins to play that. You guys remember that song I described in the Cave of Curses? Lorelei begins to play
You mean the bone
a
flute?
facsimile of that with her flute. So she starts to play this strange, discordant song. Let's see, what do they have to make? They have to make
Wisdom is what you wrote.
wisdom saves. All right.
that doesn't affect us, right?
Against my spells DC.
I assume it's on
whatever
our
that means.
side, so no.
Your spell save DC.
Okay, so it has to beat a 16.
Clarification: there are some spells that have friendly fire.
Yeah.
Okay, one of them
So-
fails.
Oh,
So, you guys watch as one of the boars begins to float
wait.
up into the air.
I've never
It's
seen
no longer a problem.
It'll be when one of them bops you.
All right, Abyss. You're kind of in the middle of the group. The boars are an entire 50 to 60 feet away.
I shall run to the boards.
You're gonna dash.
Yeah.
Getting right on in there.
Get it. Girl.
Okay, you're up in there. Amartia.
Hi. I'm going to do my usual thing of take to the air, command my companions to attack the boars, and take 2 shots at the boars. I'm
You
gonna go
don't
for this one right here.
Okie doke.
Boops. All the boops. Checks all those marks. I do not have it on advantage. Good.
That hits.
I assume the 8 does not.
The 8 does not.
I tried.
4 damage.
4 piercing.
Yeah.
Brah.
Minimum damage. Okay,
Yeah.
that boar is now injured.
And that's my turn. Because they won't move until their turn.
Speaking of their turn, one of them floats 30 feet into the air.
Still floating.
Mm-hmm.
Still going.
Yeah, it's gonna be floating for a while.
Just a bit.
The other boar. Let's see. Yeah, no, the other boar is just gonna fucking use its tusks on the person directly in front of it. Misses. Valeria.
Right. So. Can move through. Then I'll have to dash. Okay, I'll do that.
Getting all on up in there.
Getting up in there. Oh, with my bonus action to dash.
It's considered flanked.
I'm stabbing. That does no.
No, even with the flanked, that does not hit.
doing wonderful,
Unfortunate. Ratchacha and the wolves.
Rachacha will obviously have to dash, because I don't think... yeah, I think that's pretty
I also
far.
don't think.
Yeah,
The
Rachacha will have to dash.
wolves can also
Wolves
dash.
have 40 feet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, they're all up in there now. That's their
Yeah.
turn, though.
That's fine.
Action of transforming.
Okay.
Just want to use it, and then bonus action. The Crimson Right.
Okey-doke.
And then I'm going to.
Why are you so fixated on making a guild?
I don't know. I thought that's how it had
If you
to
guys are a
No.
guild, you'll all lose any guild associations you have.
Yeah,
I had no
we
idea
don't need to be
I
a
thought
guild.
that we had to be a guild.
No.
No, our
Not
last
in the
one had to be a
least.
guild.
No, the last one was gilded iron, as in covered in silver iron.
Oh.
Yeah.
That type of guild.
Oh, I always thought it was like the group
No.
guild.
No.
Yeah, same here.
Also, before I forget, Rachacha is at full health.
Thank you. Because I can't adjust that very well. Oh.
Cool. Other boar's turn.
Other boys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
Well, there's 2 of them.
No, there's 3 of them.
One of them's floating.
Yeah, what's
Still
he gonna
counts,
do?
it's still
Spit down
alive.
on you guys?
Against Valeria.
No, there you go.
Bep. That's a failure.
Oof. Wait, what?
Devlin.
Oh.
Only.
I know what's going on.
Oh.
The boar in the air is just gonna poop on you guys. That's what he's gonna attempt to do.
Well, the boar in the air is probably gonna die. Just saying.
Oh no,
Probably.
yeah.
Oh
The
yeah.
boar is going to ascend
Oops.
into the
She doesn't
sky
have hunter's markers.
and die.
6 and yeah, no, the one in the air is dead. It promptly falls to the ground.
It deflates like a balloon.
And a floating portal is left.
Wait, it's supposed to be at the end of my turn that, or whatever. It's only per turn that it goes up.
It's dead.
Oh,
There's nothing left to animate.
Yeah, it was deaded.
Tooth. What's Dire Tooth's speed? 50 feet? Oh god, Dire Tooth gets in range. Okay. I can toggle that advantage and kill that boar. Yep. Yep, that boar's also dead. Cool. Lorelai, you
Nice.
no longer need to play your song because the one that was affected is dead, and the other two succeeded. So
So they're all dead?
no, there's
No.
one
There's
alive.
one left.
Okay.
The one that
One
wasn't in
suspicious
the
one.
air.
Well, then I guess I'll go stand right up there next to that there, Lufer.
Free.
Loofer.
Lou Free. I'm gonna get all up next to Lou Free.
New free.
And, I'm gonna cast that there, Vicious Mockery.
Okay, what do you say to the boar?
You hairy
dumbass.
hog.
Okay, plain and simple. Wisdom save.
You fuckwit.
Those are dead. There's no point in keeping it secret anymore, so yeah. A 10, that was a failure.
Where?
4 damage and disadvantage on its next attack.
Yeah, because that's what it needed, a disadvantage.
I mean, it's surrounded, so it is all levels of fucked right now.
Dubus, you're already next to it now.
Alright. I'm gonna stab
With your rapier.
with a silver rapier, yeah.
The rapier +1.
That's a D20 plus
+8.
D20 plus 8.
Yeah, 26 definitely hits. 1d8 +6. $13 damage. Very nice.
And then I do it again.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you have multi-attack now.
Long.
Yeah.
Well, 25 definitely hits. For another 11 damage. Very nice. Now, Martia. Unless you're going to action surge.
No, I'm good.
Cool, Martia.
Alright, I do the shoots on the one that's left.
Shooty, shooty, bang, bang. Those both hit.
It did.
Bacon.
This was with regular arrows?
Yes, because I didn't know it was,
Mm-hmm.
Amartia does not know it's what it is on in chat, so.
You guys will know soon.
Oh, probably.
Alright, so both of those arrows, they sink in, but it seems completely unaffected. Valeria.
Guys, there's something up with that boar.
Salva Arabia.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is
that
why
hits.
I need the magic bow.
4 damage
This is
plus
exactly
sneak
why
attack.
I need the magic bow.
15. Very nice. Rashicha and the wolves.
The wolves. Attack of the rabid squirrel.
Do Rashicha's attacks count as magical yet?
I don't think so.
Then you don't
Nope.
need to roll.
Should have lied.
You
Said
can
yes.
you can still roll for the wolves to
I
see if they
can't
knock
lie,
it prone.
he made the class.
You can roll for the wolves to see if they can at least knock it prone.
Yeah, I'm useless this fight.
No, you're not. You still have magic arrows.
I mean, look at me, Lorelai. We're still way back here.
I have silvered arrows, but I'm gonna have to use them next turn if it's still alive by then.
Mm-hmm. 2 attacks from wolves. You can just roll using one of their sheets. You don't gotta flop.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I'm just to advantage because pack tactics.
Hmm.
Does
So
that
it's-
hit?
Yeah, roll. Go ahead and roll again. Don't bother with damage. Okay, so 2 strength saves. 2 successes. Lufir.
Yeah, I'm useless.
Not useless.
Going to move up, finally.
Hmm? Crack the whip.
Look at the crack of the whip.
Is that close enough?
No.
Ah! I can't move any closer. 35 feet right there.
This is the only one that's left alive.
Dang it. I'm gonna stand here and look annoyed.
Cool.
But you could have. Whatever.
I already moved.
You can.
Alright, so Lufier just looks dejected in his wolf form because he miscalculated where he was going. On the boar's turn, you guys watch as it shifts into the form of yeah, it shifts into a half-humanoid form.
Oh.
It is.
Wow, it's a werehog.
It's a werebear. It's a werebore.
Where?
Werebear.
It's a werebore.
It's a Wilbur.
Wilbur.
If its name is Wilbur, it'll be great.
It
Wilbur,
also
no.
lets out a blood-curdling cry.
Oh no. Oh
Blood-curdling
no.
ree.
Oh god.
Blood-curdling
More
ree.
like a blood curdling
Gonna pull out a-
squeal.
This is gonna pull out a fedora.
Okay, so this is what you guys see him turn into. And I will adjust this token's health to the proper health. There we go.
Well,
Did you-
that would
did
be
he
much
get-
appreciated.
Did he get
Only thing I noticed was, oh, never mind. I thought that was Kristoff's character turned into that thing. I'm like, why did Lufier turn into a monkey?
No. And after you hear the ree noise, another one comes darting down the hill. Let's see. Ah, no, stop. Why with all the double clicking nonsense? Okay.
madness?
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, hello.
Ah shit.
I'm going to punch you in your snout.
Okay, so both of the opponents are now on the field. I gotta put them back in the turn order because I deleted the token that I was using.
Damn it.
And they had an 11.
God damn it.
Oh, they're right where they were anyway. I'll just leave it. Devlin's turn.
Oh no.
Devlin shoots. He's gonna Hunter's Mark, the one that is in the midst of all of you. And then he'll shoot.
Smart.
Bonk, bonk. Bonk, bonk. Let's see. 13, 14, 23. That one between all of you is barely standing.
Ouch.
Dire Tooth turn. Doesn't get advantage because nobody else is standing next to it. Chomp, chomp. That hits. Oh, no damage because she's not magic. But strength save. Nope. Oh, lie.
One moment. Just one moment.
Un momento.
Oh, good.
Un momento,
Oh,
por
you alright?
favor.
Okay.
When do I get that?
Bomb
Get
drop
what?
brownies.
Next fucking level.
Okay, that's gonna be a lot more. Alright, so I am just gonna, just laloy right at him.
Oh, la, 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 loy.
Right there, and then just
Oh, okay.
Okay.
just
Yeah.
bring the hand of God down upon him.
Okay, calm down, Aqua.
What the?
God below. That hits.
Oh wow, I didn't think that was gonna hit.
And
Ah.
this is with the singing short sword, so
It
that
is.
is magical.
Because literally I do anything else, it's AoE healing.
This is tiny bow.
Okay. Abyss. The one between all of you is still standing.
Arrow.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Stab
Nothing.
him. Yeah,
Bob.
nothing.
Yeah.
Just gonna do nothing. There's been enough blood spilling today. I'm just do nothing. That hits.
Damn, no, a turkey sandwich.
That is enough. So you guys watch as the first of the werebears collapses.
Werebears?
Werebore.
Or boars, yeah, no.
Werehogs.
Werehog.
Weries.
You want to move over to the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. Boopity boop. Bibbity bop.
Bibbidi doodly doo.
Close, but no cigar. There you go. Yeah, that's rolling real good with that right there. 8 damage.
Dear Lord.
Cool-E-O. Martia.
Hi. I'm gonna command for Ratchacha to go and give the help action to Abyss on that one, because that's all he can do.
Okay.
And for the wolves to keep trying to knock this new guy down. And then I'm gonna shoot with silvered arrows this time.
You can use your unbreaking ones if you want. Because you'll auto-retrieve those ones. And they are
That's
magic.
How many do I have? Oh, I have 3 of those. I have 3 of those. Okay. Yeah, we'll just do that.
2 attacks.
Wham. Wham.
Both of those hit.
Thank God.
Yeah, these things have an AC of 11.
Yeah, I was wondering this. Like, that's a small AC.
They don't wear armor.
They're
that might be their
dogs.
Might be their
Werewolves.
downfall.
That sounds like a them problem.
Okay, Valeria.
Oh, y'all.
Yeah, no, I knew this encounter was not going to be very difficult. But technically speaking, just 1 wereboar and 2 boars is considered a hard fight. That hits.
Still annoyed.
10. That
Hard
sneaks.
hogs.
Jesus Christ. 22 damage. That one's already looking rough. Ratchacha gives who the help?
Abyss.
Okay, Ratchacha. And then wolves.
Are to try and move so that they can maybe knock it down. I don't think Kipcha can, though.
No, she'll have to dash.
Yeah, because Ratchacha's too big to share a space. So that just leaves Kaz. Too many sheets.
Yeah, now you know my pain.
I've always known your pain because I've been a DM. I understand.
Understandager. Okay, strength save from the wereboar. Nope.
Fuck you.
Fear.
I find that ability.
Damn it. Can I strike without hitting anything?
Hmm.
Okay, 2 attacks.
You are taller than the wolves. You don't have advantage.
Oh crap,
But
sorry.
both of those hit.
And
Doing a grand total of 6 damage. Because your whip ain't or no, your whip is silvered.
it is.
That's
And magical due to the
Nope.
magic.
Does not count as magic. That's why you had it silvered.
That's true, yeah.
Okay. The wereboar is barely standing. On its turn, it's going to make tusk attacks.
Oh no.
Alright, how much damage do I take?
Let's find out.
Oh, but
8. I need a con save.
Bitch.
And then Valeria. I
Oh.
also need a con save.
Okay.
Alright, well I survived that.
That's comfort.
I probably won't. Never mind.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay, so that's 8 to Lorelei and 6 to Valeria, and this thing's totally dead. Devlin moves over his hunter's mark and kills it. So you guys watch as the wereboars both revert to their human status. One of them is a human, the other is a dwarf.
Wait, which one's the human?
The second one.
The one that attacked me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
oh god.
Oh, they really were werehogs.
Nate, you know what's gonna happen. Come
You're gonna
so-
stab him again.
Aw.
Yeah, I'm just gonna destroy him.
Is
Okay.
there a point to that?
Not really. She just doesn't like
Lorelei
humans.
really, really hates humans. A lot.
Well, Lorelei is desecrating a corpse. I'm gonna go.
I'm not gonna say that to you guys. It's just because he quote unquote attacked me.
Well, yeah, Lorelei is desecrating a corpse. I'm gonna go see if I can salvage some of the meat. More.
From
Marty is
regular
gonna look
boars?
to Lorelei concerned.
The regular boars?
Yeah, let's
Regular
hope.
boars, regular boars.
Uh,
Is that a survival check there, Nate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. You managed to gather enough boar to have a meal tonight.
Yay.
That's about it.
How do you guys
Are
feel
we
about?
taking a minute here while he does that?
Yeah, it takes them about 10 minutes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
once we're all cleared off, well, he's gonna do that. How about I look for some fruit? Berries or
Okay,
something.
make a survival check.
How do you guys feel about pork and
Survival, we're surviving.
pork and honey?
There it is.
I pet
Nope.
I pet my wolves and my squirrel.
No,
They
you're not doing it
tried.
again.
Well, I have successfully found rocks, guys.
I would suggest maybe somebody with a good investigation, wink wonk, maybe should loot the bodies, check if there's like anything indicating they're from somewhere.
I can take
Alright.
I don't think we can do that anymore.
Yeah, gee thanks.
Not with the human.
What's your investigation?
Mine's a 7.
Go right ahead. I got the
God,
4, but
fucking, I hate
Mine's
this
the best
double
part of
clicking
everybody in the
nonsense
group.
so much.
I have a 1.
An investigation?
we'll come to
We
you.
must all
Yes.
protect the squirrel.
Protect the squirrel.
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 I pet my companions of like, you guys did okay. I know we're the most useless of the bunch.
No, that's Sophia. Wait, no, that's Lorelei.
This time around, it was Luffy.
was
He only got to attack once.
Yeah, but I
I
wasted
did
that.
damage.
I couldn't in good conscience say that I did. No. She saves those arrows.
I got my dams in.
You obviously regather your 2 expended.
Yeah, I figured.
And you get 1 of your normal arrows back.
Yeah.
Investigating the still living member. Roll me a D100 there, friendo.
Okay.
Still living?
Oh no,
I
they're
think
dead.
you mean intact.
74.
Doke.
Wunderbar.
Bap, 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 bap. Bap, 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 bap. Da-da-da-da. Find 17 gold pieces.
Whoa.
And 12 silver. You don't find anything identifying on them. They're a dwarf. They do have like a scar on their like their upper arm. Looks like a tusk goring. Rachich's attacks will be magic.
I know.
And then you'll have to get some special equipments for your doggos there.
I already know one thing I could get, but I don't even know where the hell to look or how to afford it.
Amulet of natural weapons. Anyway, it's a conversion of a Pathfinder item. Anyways.
Anyway.
Combat's over. Clear that out. Make sure you mark down your gold, Valeria. And your silver.
How many silver?
It's right there. 17 gold, 12 silver.
Okay.
Enough.
Anyway, it's relatively late-ish in the day, so you guys set up for camp. Rachicha gets out of the center. You guys have yourself a little fire. Cook up some boar. The wolves
Wolves.
devour what's left of the other bodies.
Oh no.
Arr, 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 arr.
You guys set up the dome.
Dome.
Go.
How big is the dome again?
Dome.
What the hell?
I have a cuddle pile.
What's
with
the radius
wolves.
of the dome?
10.
10.
Behold.
It's the dome.
I think that fits everybody, minus Diretooth.
Diretooth can't come into it anyway. Large creatures
know.
cause it to disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody fits. If it fits, it sits.
Oh, Marty just has a
Relax.
cuddle pile with the wolves and the squirrel.
In the midst of the night, who's keeping watch?
Knees.
Hi.
Here's the things with the ears.
Roll your perceptions. You can use your ears. What? How?
What? Chow?
Ah,
Brown chicken.
fuck me.
That's what she said too.
Not in your experience.
Hmm.
I'm...
Okie dokie. That's still a 15.
I know.
Okay, okay.
So, during first watch, we fear
Yee.
just relatively quiet.
Dang.
A 15 with like 3 other pairs of ears.
The night goes on. There's the squealing noises of further pigs somewhere
No,
nearby.
that sounds tough.
As your watch is coming to an end, you do hear what sounds like horses.
Horses?
Horses.
Horses.
Yes. So as Amartia is being awoken for her turn at taking watch, and as Devlin awakens,
Did I know the direction of the horses?
they're coming from that way.
That doesn't help me.
From that way.
I meant north, south, what?
I'll be right back. I'm hearing concerning
Coming
noises.
from that way.
Okay. That way. I will let the waking parties know that way it's horse sounds.
Okay. You nod off for your trance. Amartia, really?
She had to step away.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There's just
It's
a dang
concerning
dang.
noises. So technically, Amartia and Devlin are the only ones who see this, but trotting down the road, two undead skeletons with undead riders.
I want that horse.
And they just DFG.
It's just trotting.
Trotting down the road.
They're just relaxing. They're just vibing.
They're just being their best.
Yeah, right. Thank you. They're just vibing.
They're just being their best little self.
Trot, 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 trot.
5 check, chilling.
Check chilling.
The trot trot slide.
They're
Yeah,
just
oh.
They're just vibing, John.
Okay, they appear not to be vibing.
I don't want to get boned.
They are investigating you guys' dome.
Go.
Dome, da
Curious.
dome, dome, dome,
Yo,
dome, sweet dome.
Let me know.
As they are investigating, the two riders draw long swords.
Do it.
Actually, no. They both draw long bows.
Hello, sorry, I was hearing, again, concerning noises.
Yeah,
Cool.
well, that just got more concerning.
Oh,
In
fucking
the
hell.
midst of the night, two skeletal horses with undead riders come trotting down the road, examine you guys' dome, and then pull out longbows as they retreat. I need initiative.
They're gonna poke the bubble.
Can't, okay.
No.
And I didn't do it this time.
No, I was trying to check if this was on my watch.
This is right at the beginning of your watch.
Oh, great.
I'm just going to go ahead and roll their
I
initiative
did,
in the open.
As you two woke up, even Devlin and I warned you there were horse sounds from that direction.
Devlin didn't warn her. You warned her and Devlin.
As I said, I warned her and Devlin.
Oh, that means we didn't get healed.
Nope.
Nice.
No.
Not yet.
Soon. Maybe.
Most of you aren't even awake yet.
Oh, fuck.
And
I'm
nobody's wearing their
really
armor.
awake,
Unless it's light.
think
I mean, I'm always wearing light armor.
Yeah, me too.
pretty
It's a
sure
rule
mine's
for
light
sleeping
armor.
with armor. Wait,
Well, what is
with
stud of
armor.
leather? Is that
I
medium?
think it's like an exhaustion point if you sleep with your armor on, light armor. Because it's uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm pretty sure mine's light.
This is not at all what I wanted.
Well, as long as we're in the dome, we can't get hurt.
True.
Yeah, but one of you isn't in the dome because she can't be in the dome.
Mm-hmm.
The wolf?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Big mama. Oh, shite.
yeah, I can't do anything about that. She can stand behind the dome. There we go.
Just hide in the shadow of the bubble.
Yeah, there you go. Hide behind the dome. There you go. Problem solved.
Nope.
See?
About
Even
what
Elder agrees.
time- About what time is it, Nate?
It's pretty late in the night.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Ah,
You just saw that too?
I didn't
Is there
saw
just
nothing.
one horse and rider, or am I just not seeing
There's
one?
two.
Nope, there's the second one.
Okay, Abyss rolled an Avray. That's I need a d20 plus 5.
oh, sorry, I was rolling the damage.
Why?
Because her
forgot.
initiative.
Okay.
Abyss got a 12. And then I gotta roll for Devlin. And Diretooth.
I'm finally here!
I see you now.
Woo!
And
Where the fuck are the horses? Oh, I see him.
Racha not joining this one?
There's really gonna be no point if it does what I think it does. So, no.
It's only resistance this time. You guys have fought these before.
Mm-mm. Like, okay. Like, it'll actually do damage?
Yeah, they're
Because there's no point in them going out of the bubble if they can't do anything.
they're resistant to non-silvered, so it'll still hurt.
They're not like
They're only-
revenants on a.
They're only immune to poison.
Oh. No, there's no point.
Too far.
It's too far. They'd just be sitting ducks.
They're not
Alright.
like revenants on like a battle thing. They're just assholes.
True.
Valeria, you are awoken by your compatriots. That is your turn.
Okay.
Lufir, you are reawoken by your compatriots. That is your turn.
Oh.
Devlin is going to draw his weapon. But he spends his turn waking people's ups, including the direwolf, which loses her turn. This loses her turn. The whites take their shots against Diretooth. Well, actually, Nope. They make all 4 of their attacks against the dome. So you guys watch as 4
Yay.
clattering arrows smash into the side of the dome. Valeria spooks the hell out of you because they are pointed right at you. So you watch as 4 arrows all deadlocked right on you, just clank, 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 clank right into the dome and fall. Right, yeah.
I'm actually going to try and shoot them with my silvered arrows. I'm gonna go for this one. Wrong thing. This one down here.
Did you shoot it from in the dome?
Yeah, I can do that.
I
can
don't
shoot from
think
the dome.
we can.
Magic
Yes.
cannot leave the dome.
Magic
Physical attacks can.
can't. But yeah, that's why I'm using my silvered. Just the 13 hit or no?
Against you're trying to do the
White.
riders. Yeah, for 13 does not.
13 does not, but the 20 I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Boop.
The top one or the bottom one?
The bottom one.
Okay, so that's 7 damage. Very good.
Ow.
Lorelai spends her turn waking up, and now everybody's awake.
Yay.
You don't have your armor on, so make sure that you go into your equipment. Click on the little next to the item. There's, if you hover over the armor amount, there's a little eye dot. Click on that, and then hit unequip it. You can sleep in light armor uncomfortably, but if you attempt to sleep in anything else, you gain an exhaustion point and do not gain the benefits of a long rest.
No, I'm good.
So anybody in anything heavier than leather?
Yeah. I gotta change shirt. Just trying to find this stupid.
Alright. Valor, I think... Jesus Christ, you're the only one who wears medium. Everybody else is in leather and studded.
Yeah, I wear light armor.
Cause I mean... I just... It's
Just as
not
well. The
my
chance of you
day.
being the one who gets hit is pretty low. Because you just have to sit in the dome.
Dome.
As long as the dome doesn't disappear. Valeria, what you doing?
Can I also shoot from the dome?
Yeah.
I shoot from the dome.
Top or bottom? Top one? Okay. Shoosh, that hits. For 8 damage. Alright. For 4 damage, because that's not silvered arrows and not a magic bow. Fear.
Hello. I'm going to transform. And then I'm basically going to do the...
So you're gonna go outside.
I don't have much option. So yes. And then I think yeah, bonus action. Now I'm gonna dance.
Spinny swirly. You're right. Take your movement.
Yeah.
Hiya.
Hey,
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Is that 20? Okay.
That is a wow.
Okay. Devlin. Devlin will grab his bow and arrows and just step just outside the dome. And he will Hunter's Mark the top one. Okay, blam. Only one of those hits for 15, 13. It's his turn. Diretooth. Dash. Diretooth dashes all the way up. It's their turn. Nobis.
All right.
As a note, if you attempt to attack one beyond your dark vision, you will be doing so with disadvantage. Both of you didn't, so you're fine for now.
I will just run up to Lufir. Give him
You want to dash?
moral and...
Moral support.
Yeah, give him moral support. Wait for the Revenant to come.
Okay, Abyss gives you a pat on the back as she comes up next to you.
Are you petting the doggy? I don't appreciate the pets.
The white that is currently engaged with Diretooth is going to drop their bow. Attack once. The longsword. Miss, and then attempt to life drain.
No.
That hits.
No.
So 7 damage. That's not bad. Con save. That's a failure. So Diretooth's maximum hit points go down.
How long do they stay down for?
It's permanent. The only way to
Jesus.
reverse it is via, I think, lesser restoration. Or no, sorry.
What level
The
is-
reduction lasts until the target finishes a long rest. So
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think that's correct.
yeah, normally that's at the bottom, but there's also an entire another fucking paragraph. The other one is going to take 2 longbow attacks against Abyss, because she's the closest. Neither of those hit. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Martia.
I'm gonna keep taking bow shots with silvered arrows.
Mm-hmm. Both of those hit.
For 12 damage.
Nice. That one is already looking wounded.
Yay.
Laurel.
Laurel is just gonna inspire people.
Who are you inspiring and how? Gonna pat somebody on the butt?
Again.
Please no. Not me then. I
Again.
think of me.
Gonna pat Valeria on the butt?
I mean, she
know
is
what?
right behind her.
Yes. Go get him, ass pat.
Go get him, ass.
What?
It's a bonus
2
action.
pats and a nice squeeze.
Do you really have to do this right now?
You feel inspired, but mostly out of aggression.
That's literally all I can fucking do. Because if I leave the dome, shit's gonna happen. Oh, you know what? I play my flute.
Okay. Whoops.
I just
It
played my
accidentally skipped past Valeria because of the stupid double clicking. Alright, Valeria, you have Bardic Inspiration. You can add a d8 to your attack roll, attack damage, or you can save it to add it to your AC if you feel like you need it.
How messed up do you guys think I'll be if I get too close?
Yes.
Yeah, you got this.
Well, I'm gonna have to come out of the dome anyway.
I don't have much confidence. I'm sorry.
Are you?
Yeah, because I can't shoot Lafir.
Can you? You can shoot past me.
Yeah, you can shoot.
It's never.
Shoot
This
through.
is not Stinky's campaign. Your companions do not provide cover.
Oh,
They're not stupid.
Who the hell is Stinky?
He ran a campaign for me and Shreds and some friends, and it did not go well.
I've
no.
heard tales of the stinky.
22 hits.
See, you can say in double.
Do you want to add your bardic inspiration die to the damage?
Yeah.
Great, roll a
Can
d8.
you?
Yeah,
I don't think you can add to damage. I thought you
he
could.
can because of his
And because
subclass.
it's free.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's a Valor Bard. And then sneak attack because it's next to the wolf boy,
Snack attack.
wolf girl.
Num 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 num.
Great, that's 24 damage. That one's already like on its last legs.
That's a lot of ouchie.
Sure is the
All the
fear.
ouch.
Hey, you're done. Do a move up. And
Slap.
2. Wow.
Both of those just barely miss.
What?
Oh no.
Yeah, they have a 14 AC.
Jeez. Let's go stand here and look at him.
Okay, just stand there and look at him. Meanwhile,
Hey, Valeria, boy.
in the midst of you staring at him, he dies.
Thank you.
Crumbles to the ground.
Take that, asshole. I kind of
Yes,
want
how?
What
horse.
happens to the horse?
Hey, you!
What happens to the horse?
Right?
Horse dies.
I kinda want
Next
that
up,
horse.
well, first off, he'll move his hunter's mark to the next one and move down to here so we can actually see it. Dire Tooth is going to attack the horse.
Oh
Attack the horse. Bite. That's.
no.
Wait, does that hit? It does not.
Oh.
Abyss.
I'm being bitten by a horse.
No.
No.
Dire Tooth was trying to bite the horse.
Pray you never
Oh.
do this. That hurts.
That does hurt.
Yeah. No, it does. I've never had it happen, but I can imagine.
It hurts.
Yeah, it hurts.
Abyss is also attacking the horse.
Poor horse.
Both of those hit.
Our response to these guys, fuck you and the horse you rode in on.
Apparently.
It's 20.
Fuck you and that horse.
Alright, that horse
But no,
is
actually, fuck the
looking
horse.
real rough.
Poor horse.
That horse is boned.
That horse is on
Ha 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 ha. The other white is going to.
I would have liked to save the horses. Those would have been cool to ride in on.
They're also
I
undead.
feel like that's a bad idea, yeah.
So against Abyss again. Wow, I just can't roll for shit on this guy's bow.
Feel a little better.
Nate, we're not complaining.
I know you're not.
Yeah, but he is.
No, I'm the one complaining because we don't have a goddamn horse.
I mean, something's gotta give because I'm not that useful here.
Martia.
I do the shoots with my silver
It
arrow.
is now beyond your 60 feet. If you do so, it is at disadvantage.
Don't want to leave the bubble, so yeah. This is gonna go swell, guys. Yeah, that's exactly. Like I said, I'm used to
You fire the arrows and you don't see where they go.
Some way down the road.
Lorelei.
but I am.
You're not. Get new dice, that's all I can say.
That doesn't work for Roll20. You can't have dice
Yeah.
karma here.
I don't know what to do. What do you guys think?
Dude.
Get real dice.
Good
Please
dude.
do not leave the bubble. Is all I ask.
Lorelei
Please.
doots.
Oh,
I said, do not leave the bubble.
thank you for the host.
Then I guess I just continue to stand here.
Lorelei
Oh,
continues to
wait,
doot.
Yeah.
Doot,
Doot
doot,
boredom.
doot, 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 doot. Valeria.
Doot, 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 doot,
Do.
It's also
gone
beyond
now.
your vision.
doot.
Yeah, but how goes this one?
That one's dead. Unless you want to fire at the horse. Sorry, here, hold on. Let me just make it blatantly obvious. There you go.
Sorry.
Slap that X on there.
It's extra dead.
So, how far beyond?
You don't know. You don't see it. You can only hear it.
Ah,
You can just move forward until you see it.
I can see it though.
No, you can't. It's beyond your
Dark
60 dark vision, and you guys have no light. Now you see it.
Okay.
I have universal lighting on because this is also the day map, and I didn't want to have to go change that just for nighttime.
Sorry.
Okay, you start go running after it. It's now within your range. You can see it. 11 does not hit.
Yeah, I know.
You fear. You're gonna smack the horse.
Oh, we're going to try and calm it down.
It's an undead. You are aware of this.
I know I wanted the horseman. Yes, I'm going to smack the horse.
What is with people wanting the undead horse?
Because Minecraft, that hits.
What's so
I just
special
want
about
a horse,
Minecraft
man,
and
and an undead.
horses?
You can have skeleton horses in Minecraft. That's dead.
It's
Yeah.
a dead horse.
See, here's the advantage. We're trying to get a horse and carriage. We have an undead horse. That's one less mouth to feed.
Yeah.
Do we really,
You would
really,
need, you would
really want to go
literally
into
need
town?
you would literally need a necromancer to keep it even remotely tamed.
Oh,
Yeah,
bitch.
there's that.
The undead need to be tamed.
I forget about that.
Devlin! Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. He's fucking just bolts on forward. Oh hey, I see it. Bam bam. Wham bam balloon jam.
Thank you, man.
It's retreating. He does not like that. He will action surge.
Punch him.
Who's action surging?
Devlin
Devlin.
is.
A horse?
Oh shit! The other guy's still alive. I thought he disappeared and killed him.
No,
Disappeared and killed who?
Who the hell did I hit?
it's dead.
Drunk?
Yeah, it
Yourself,
sure is.
probably.
You hit my ass. That's about it.
Let's see. Let's see how ridiculous. Yeah, no, fucking Dire Tooth dashes and catches up with the dead horse.
Poor horse.
Abyss.
Nice
So what you doing? You want to chase the undead horse, or are you good?
Yeah, I'm gonna chase the horse.
Okay, so as far as it sounds like, it's somewhere this way.
Yeet.
I can.
You
Dash
have
up to
35
about-
feet of movement. Don't forget. You are slightly
I thought I
faster
had
than your average
dashed.
human. Yes.
Yeah.
So you have 70
Woo!
feet with dash. If you action surge, you can
14
get even
surge,
further.
baby.
Action surge just to dash and chase a fleeing enemy. Ugh.
I mean, I'm not gonna waste a dash. I'm not gonna waste an action surge.
It
We
is
are
the end of
about
the
to go
day.
back to sleep.
We're about to sleep. Hopefully.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
we'll
what-
go back to
This is
sleep.
your last
So-
chance to use it for the day.
Yeah, sure, use it for the action surge.
Okay, you can
Use
either
the
throw
action
your
surge.
trident or you can move on up to it.
I'm gonna move on up to the horse.
Horse.
Cool.
Horse.
So you guys watch Abyss just fucking yeets herself across the field. The fear she goes out of your vision, you're just like, what the fuck? Valeria watches the whole thing.
Goodbye.
Martia.
I'll step out of the bubble.
I know.
At least it's the horse and not the thing. Till about.
Did you get
If
beyond
I
the
get-
ear?
Do I just have to get?
Beyond
like,
here. Yeah. So either here or beyond. 2 here or beyond.
Beyond
To there.
plus
And then I pew.
Pew pew.
Pew.
This is what
Cute.
it means to go further beyond.
Bow.
Those both hit. And 13. 19.
19.
Very nice.
Is it
That
dead
horse is
yet?
already looking injured. You're the first person to hit it.
Oh my god.
Lorelai continues to doot. Valeria.
Well, I guess that's what I'm gonna do. I was gonna attack, but okay.
I mean, you'd have to leave the dome.
Please do not leave the
You
dome.
can't even see the horse right now. It's beyond your 60 feet.
Oh,
Please do not leave the dome. You're protecting my little fuzzy buddy.
Oh yeah, that hits. Yep, that's enough. You guys killed a horse.
I went straight
An already
around.
dead horse.
we have.
Died twice.
Are you telling us, Nate, that we beat a dead horse?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yay!
oh.
guys
That was a
can
better reaction than I thought I was going to.
recover half of your expended silver arrows.
Go back to the bubble. Go Ben.
Go
Wait,
back
are
to
we
the...
done fighting them? Okay, never mind. I'll wait until morning.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go grab cereal.
Valeria goes and grabs.
Okay. Does this
Bad
mean
is
that we
cereal.
get everything back?
Looks in the bag. I don't remember making cereal. Is it Elvish?
It's like wheat flake with
What the hell's wheat flakes?
like you make out of wheat.
Add cereal. Cookbook.
It's like
You get all
frosted
your
flakes, but
very
like without
wrong.
the frost.
You guys are gonna make my next character all the more interesting with this shit.
Your character's gonna invent cereal.
No, I want to be the crazy person who can hear other dimensions, so that'll be kind of interesting.
Oh, so you want to be a warlock?
No, I just want to be. Yeah, I don't know.
Only a great old one warlock would be able to have something like that.
Fuck. But
Yeah,
yes, I
I
would
don't
make
like
cereal, Nate.
You just yoink
Mashed
all the
potatoes,
abilities.
gravy, sausage,
I
and pickle?
said the words. I don't want to know.
What?
It looks like chocolate.
I don't want to know.
That looks like.
Oh,
I don't know.
Nice
is a
reaction. No. No, why?
I said the words. I don't want to know. Respect. At
Hot dog
least
plus
spoiler
Snickers
it.
plus pickle.
nope. I'm deleting that image.
That's
Someone delete
That's-
that,
that's
please.
something.
Someone
That's
please.
How is this carnival food?
That is not. That is straight up dare food.
the
That is straight
taste.
up just.
the taste
Wait,
doesn't
what is that
bother
thing
me.
that earlier happened? I'd eat that.
It would be the texture that would fuck me over.
I did no. I don't even want to think of why it would fuck me. No.
That's just unpleasant all around.
Cheese and fries. That's
So
it.
much unpleasant.
Cheese and fries.
I can't.
Cheese and
Anyway, you
fries, I
guys
can
get
live
your
with.
long rest.
Thank you.
Finish your sleepies.
The food dreams of cereal.
Hmm
Okay, so is it morning?
I could just delete it. Jeez.
I'm waiting for you to delete it. Thank you.
If it's that much of a problem, we'll just delete it.
Sorry, it's triggering me.
I would like to inspect the dead skeleton first.
The whites.
Yes, I want stuff.
See,
want
at least
their
that
stuff.
one looks at least normal-ish. Kind of gross, but normal-ish.
Yeah, that's
That's
better.
kinda cool
Not
looking.
great, but not better.
At least,
Let's
at least
see.
there's not a Snickers in it.
I don't want
See, I'd be okay with that if it was a corn dog with mashed potatoes inside.
to...
Let's. Like,
Is that
can
supposed to
we
be
move on?
pickle again?
Yeah, it's pickle.
Can we move on, please?
Deep fried pickles. Do you want to search the dead guys for dead guy stuff? Okay, you go over and search the dead guys. They are a pile of... No, they are dead guys. The whites aren't skeletons or zombies. They are much more akin to just an excessively gaunt humanoid.
Aren't they kind of like ghouls, but scarier?
Smarter, technically.
So did
Yeah.
they have any dead guy loot?
Scarier.
I don't know, roll investigation.
Please, for once, give me a good roll, please.
Niet.
Okay,
Okay, that's
not
not bad.
horrible.
Roll me a D100.
This is not what I wanted to do.
That's a good thing.
1D100.
Jesus.
Nah, not for me though. See?
How? It means you're gonna get something.
59.
That's what that means.
He just likes
Put something in. I hope it's something I'm hoping
We
for.
find 29 silvers.
See?
Okay.
29 silver. You have 29 silver now.
If you want, there's also some kind of tattered barding on the horses. Which is, barding is horse armor.
They're
You
not
know, we
something
could
that-
put it on the
Barking
the dogs. That could be temporarily helpful.
I actually don't think it would fit considering entire different body structure.
He did say it's tarred, torn, whatever.
That would not
It
help.
still belongs
Missing
to the body of a horse.
point. It's made for the body of a horse. I don't think it's gonna work well on my little wolves.
Can't go a horse?
Anyway,
You know what? I just give you guys this offer. I don't even want it.
moving on. You guys continue your journey around the mountains. They'll be coming around the mountain
That was not going into my
with
brain.
their wolves. They'll be coming around the mountain with their wolves.
And their rolls.
And they'll shoot you and they'll eat you. So you best beware. They're coming around the mountains with their wolves.
Oh,
I mean, you're not wrong.
Technically speaking, 4 wolves.
Mhm.
Oh.
But you are not capable of shifting fully into a wolf form.
Thankfully.
Because for some reason that's one of the features that was left behind.
and now I will leave Earth for some no reason.
No raisin. Doke, somebody... Let's flip a coin, shall we? Heads or tails?
Tails.
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 Great.
Those of us with tails want
It was
tails.
a heads.
Oh
Called it.
no.
We're just in the video.
Alrighty, which one do I want to pick? I want to pick this one because this one sounds a little bit more fun.
Oh, God.
The next 2 days goes by. Somewhat uneventful. Those of you with decent ears do hear gnolls in the mountains still, occasionally. I'm gonna just...
I don't know if you can hear this, but I hear nose.
I also.
I don't
hear-
know if you can hear this.
Uh,
What?
Why?
Why do you keep crossing at me?
Because I can. I mean, this is kind of my job.
Why can't I be dead right
You
now?
didn't know, Lucia just died.
Looking rip.
One bad pun. It fell down a mountain.
Additionally, as you guys are making your way along, you hear the flapping of large wings.
Oh.
Not that
What kind of
large.
wing? What kind of wing?
Fucking relax, they're not that large. You can make a nature check.
Okay.
You may guide yourself.
Yay!
Can I do a sniff?
I mean, sure, but it's not perception. It's not a nature check
20.
for you as well to identify it.
Nate.
Tis a 20.
God.
That's a bird, all right.
Hold on, let me see if you have advantage on this or not.
Oh, okay.
Not
go
you,
from really
him.
high to
Mm.
womp.
You did not. Okay. Then not the.
Only perception checks.
Well, no, I was seeing if it was a creature type that you would have advantage on.
No.
It is
No.
not. 20 is enough. They're relatively rare outside of. There is a group of them that live in the Wilder Woods that relatively leave most people alone, as long as they don't get within their territory. It sounds like harpies.
Herpes.
Harpies.
I don't want the herpes.
Yeah, I informed the group of, like, guys, I think I hear harpies in the distance.
Okay.
Anything to
Okay.
do with that.
If we avoid their territory, we should be fine. We just
Okay.
need to avoid their territory. Looks to
Sounds reasonable.
Devlin.
They don't usually come out of the mountains, so If you are hearing them here, that means they are either migrating or they are getting too large and splitting into two groups.
Fuck.
Do we know at least roundabouts of what the territory lies?
Their old territory lies within the Wyvern areas, the western side of the mountains, so not too far from here. But as I said, if you're hearing them here down at the base of the mountains, that means that either they're very desperate for food or they are migrating.
So the chances of us running into them are pretty high.
Oh yes.
Okay. Oh, let's go shoot some harpies out of the sky then.
I don't know how you intend to do that. You don't even have a bow.
Nope. I point at the bow users. Nope, but you do.
So, descending from the mountains, they come. You guys
Yeah.
ready your weapons? Here they are.
Do I know if they have magic resist?
They don't have any of that kind of sus.
Thank
They're also
fuck.
not that hard to deal with so long as you don't let them sing. Initiative.
Don't play your flute, Lorelai.
Harpies down. Wow. Harpies down the mountain.
Okay, can't roll initiative, Nate.
We can't. Yeah.
Mhm.
He's working on it.
There we
Okay.
go.
And I moved back to the other one. That's great.
Take that, Nate.
Haha.
So you guys
You're
do
yes.
see them
Beep boop.
flocking their way down the mountain.
I would like to inform everybody that I got 2 14s.
Flocking. They are a flock.
Deflecting.
They're a flocking flock. Just need Abyss.
Nope. Shit.
And if he's participating.
I-
They are
I just
flying.
did. I just did roll him, and everybody else. More of like they'll swarm around, especially for their wolves, and they'll hold their action to attack is really all I'm do. If the harpies come in close, like if they try to swoop. That's really all any of them can do.
Okay, the animal's got a 6.
Yep.
And no one
Told you I
Top.
did roll.
Of the round, Devlin. Hunter's mark. Blep, blep.
We can see the harpies, right?
Yeah, they're up north from you.
Okay, because I can't see them. I'm kind of concerned by that.
There's.
Oh god, they're invisible.
What is blocking your vision?
I don't know. There's like this huge bit.
no rock there.
starting... Oh.
That's
I
what
was so
that was going
concerned.
on. Yeah, no, apparently I had a
Shadows.
rock there at some point, but I deleted it while I was making the map because I was like, nah, that's a bad place for a rock. Oh, I am
It's a
missing another
rock.
rock too. That's weird.
Yeah, there's 2 rocks in the pole.
Yeah, there's supposed to be 3.
Lorelai's gonna smoke that.
I see
pole.
2 rocks in a giant pole. Giggity.
It's a
Okay,
rock.
10 plus 12, 22. That harpy basically almost falls out of the sky. And you know what? He's going to action surge and try and do that.
See that harpy? Fuck that
Bam,
harpy.
bam.
Yeah, that harpy's dead.
You see that tarpy? Fuck that tarpy. But don't actually fuck it.
Harpy collapses out of the air and he fires
I
at the
don't
next
know, it
one.
looks good.
No hunter's mark on this one. 8 damage.
8 dams.
8 dams.
Damn, son!
The Abyss probably prepares her trident because they're in the air. Oh, right. I should give them all the flying icon.
Yeah.
Caw.
I mean, it's easy to assume, but yeah, it would be a good idea.
They'll come flying down the mountains. Baka. Baka. What you doing, Abyss?
I will.
Die.
Mine range.
No, not even close.
You will die.
They are
You will
way
die.
up there.
You. You.
Time to dash.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Actually, can get right next to this corpse.
Sure can.
I was gonna say maybe not, but okay.
Okay.
You know
this
what? You
yeets herself right on up there again, taking advantage of her long legs.
Yeet.
That's her turn.
long legs.
Tire Tooth is going to follow the lead and hold an attack for if any of them come up in range. Just gonna go ahead and guess that you're gonna take to the air.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna take
Cool.
to the air.
Ups you go.
Upsy
Here.
daisy.
How high are they up in the air? From the ground up?
They're not that high off the ground, only about 40 feet or so.
Okay, I'm only gonna do about 15 feet.
Yeah, right. And they are definitely in range.
Thank God for sharpshooter.
What's up, beautiful?
Not much.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, not much? Both of those hits.
Yay. Is that one still alive?
Mm-hmm.
It's probably gonna be the bottommost. Okay.
Definitely quite injured. Barely flying. That's a lot of damage.
Much dams.
That does not feel like a lot of damage.
That's
Not compared to Devlin. Like, I looked so you.
Oh yeah, no, but he's got a longbow,
I
and he's a
know.
fighter.
No, that bitch.
That bitch.
I want a longbow, Nate. I want one, but I can't know has. Oh,
No.
I mean, you
There's
can.
there's a feat for that. Lufir, you're up.
there is a feat, but I don't know if I should take
Poop.
Oh, where did he go? There he is.
Well, we level up.
Yeah, I'm gonna sprint all the way to like as far as I can.
Fucking yay.
Yeah. Can't do anything else on that.
Nope, that's your go. Lorelai. Ryan is currently distracted.
No, I'm reading. This looks like a perfect opportunity to use silence.
I mean, this. That's an option.
Or
That is an
grounding.
option.
Those are both options because they're in the air. They'll take fall damage.
They are
Within
40
range.
feet up, so they're. This one's about 100, 110, 105 feet-ish. You'll have to move up.
For some reason, my thing isn't working. Okay, right here.
Because they're in the air as well, so they're further than this.
Boof. There.
Okay.
Move here. That within range?
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? Should I make them slam into the ground really hard, or I should just make them silent?
silent, honestly, because they could start singing at any moment.
I rolled shit for their fucking initiative.
Exactly.
Okay, Nate. I'll do that then.
You gonna silence them?
I'm gonna silence them.
For wisdom saves, two of them succeed. Two of them are silenced.
Oh,
Quote,
one of them
unquote.
barely succeeded too.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking asshole.
What symbol do I have for silenced? There isn't a shh.
Wait a minute. Is that a sec?
Oh, they changed them. Now they're all colorful and cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
All the symbols for people. There's like lightning and eyeballs and blind.
Yeah, this is all the tokens I got for like $1.
That explains why they look all so cool.
I have a deafened symbol.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at too.
Oh, they even have names.
Mm-hmm. Just hover over them.
Beast, Rage. What's
Nate?
the ghost one?
Mm-hmm.
Ethereal.
Why did they have to make a save?
Because Lorelai began to play her song.
I thought she was casting the spell silence.
No, she does not know the spell silence.
Nope, I know
She
something better.
played her I will
I
show you
question
guys
that.
now that you guys
I
have
question it
experienced
being
this. Go ahead and let you see it.
The actual silent spell doesn't know to save.
Pep, pep, pep. Okay. It's literally the same effects that you guys had in
Yeah.
the game. She knows the song now.
Yay!
I can't believe it's become so handy for us.
Dirge of curses.
Dirge. Okay, that's your action.
Bonus action. You know what? I'm gonna inspire. This one.
Okay. What's the range on your inspiration?
It doesn't specify. Does it?
I'm pretty sure you have a range.
Okay, 60 feet.
Yeah, she's in range.
Okay, she's inspired.
How are you inspiring Abyss?
Oh wait, no, I can't inspire her because I have to concentrate on my singing.
It only requires your action.
Yeah, it's not a concentration thing.
Unless Bardic Inspiration also requires concentration.
It really should not.
That'd be stupid.
I'm almost certain it does not.
Words or
Yeah.
music, you can see bonus. No, it doesn't say anything like that.
Yeah, so then you're fine.
How are
Okay,
you
yeah, then
inspiring
I'll
Abyss?
I'll do something or.
Dude.
Do in my
I don't
general
know.
direction.
Abyss, you can decide whether or not you feel inspired. Valeria.
Sure.
You get a
fuck it,
vote of
feel
confidence
inspired.
because now they're not. Two of them aren't. They seem a little bit off now.
No, they all look exactly the same.
Oh.
It's just you can't hear two of them despite the fact that they're flying right above you.
There, that gives you a little inspiration right there. Vote of confidence.
Valeria's dashing. Dash. Dashy.
Shooty.
Mm-hmm. Dashi.
Throw up.
Oh, that definitely hits.
Not
5
enough damage.
dams. Nope, but that one's still looking... it's barely hanging on.
Yeah.
Not enough.
The animal's gonna charge forward.
Oh, it's hot.
What I'm actually gonna what I'll have them do is, one's gonna go by Devlin, the other's gonna go by Lorelei, and like I said, their whole swoop. Ratchet's gonna stay by me. Or under me.
So they're defending peoples in case of... or holding attacks in case of swoops.
Yep, essentially.
Harpies. Those 3.
I got my piece, and she got her
I'll
piece.
begin to engage, and the backmost one will begin to sing a song.
Is it an actual song, or do they just screech like banshees?
Oh, it's an actual song,
Okay.
akin to a siren's call. I need everyone to make a wisdom save. Fear, you have advantage. This is a charming effect. Amartya, I believe you also have advantage.
I should.
Oh.
Yes, I do.
That's disappointing.
Means I'm more charming than you.
Success, 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 success.
Why did it roll twice?
Because you clicked twice. Success. Devlin. Yes, I need
Do you
your
need me to
animals.
roll for the animals? Okay.
Devlin, success. Dire 2. Or wait. Every humanoid and giants. So no, the animals do not.
Oh, never mind. Okay. Good, because my squirrel did not go well. I did.
Everybody succeeded because the DC was 11. This barely made it.
Finally get to use that ability.
And then the 3 right next to Abyss with their claws and their clubs. One of those hits, and club. One of those hits. Wow. This takes 8 damage.
Wow.
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 Devlin. Let's see. Devlin will move his hunter's mark. Go. That one, he's gonna, even though she's did not manage to affect anyone, he's gonna shoot the one that's singing. And he will also make it a grasping arrow if it hits. Blam! Yeah, it hits.
Wham.
Oh. And then blam! It also hits. Fucking yikes. 21, 24, 31. Still flying. Abyss. Those ones are just barely close enough to engage with now.
Yeah, I can stab.
Stabbing a bitch. Dun, dun, dun. Those both hit. Which one are you hitting?
The one right in front of me.
Okay. 16 damage. That one's already looking wounded. Dire Tooth is going to run right on in and try and finish that one off. Oops. Wrong sheet. There we go. Rips that one.
Mind everybody.
Rips that one to the ground and pushes on up the hill. Martia.
Hello. I assume that's the one that I was still that I was shooting at that just got killed.
Yep.
So I'll go for the one that's next to Dire Tooth.
All
Where
right.
are my next shots? Beep boop. Beep boop. I did not mean at advantage.
Those both hit.
That was accidental. But yay.
Consistent. That one is looking really rough. Fear.
I'm not close enough to strike anything.
Nope.
I know.
Yep.
Yes? Okay.
Crack the
Two.
whip. Well, one of those hits. That's enough. It's already severely wounded from your companions.
And I'm good.
Lorelei.
Are they in the air?
Mm-hmm.
How? Okay. Is it safe for me to say, like, you know, I'm gonna move up to here, and then I'm gonna cast like Shatter somewhere to hit them and avoid Wolf?
What's the range on Shatter?
Far enough.
No. What's the area of Shatter? Sorry.
I'm trying to actually find it. Give me one moment.
Because you have to aim it into the air.
The 10-foot radius sphere, centered from the point. So, right here.
10-foot radius sphere, you will not be able to hit both of them. Because one's 40 feet up, and the other one's only 5 feet up. So there's a 30-foot gap between them. Well, no, 40-foot, because the additional 5 feet between them.
Well, then you know what? I'm gonna shatter the biggest, tallest one, or the most injured, whatever. I'm just
The
gonna...
most injured one? Up in the
Not
air?
The other one.
Oh, you don't want to shatter the one in the air?
Just shatter one of them. Pick one. I don't care.
It's
No,
your spell.
It's your spell. You have to pick. Are you shattering the one in the air, or are you going to risk hitting your friends?
Oh yeah, then let's just do the one in the air.
That's a failure. It's dead.
Yay! It exploded.
Literally, a puff of fucking
See?
feathers. Yeah?
Use the dire wolf stats.
Oh. That's a 12 instead of a 13. This is one less con.
Okay.
I mean, I can roll it again, but either way, it was going to die. Yeah. It did not have enough to even survive because it's half damage on a success.
It really, really did not want to make that.
No.
Valeria, there's only one left.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay. Something went down my throat. It was air. It went down the wrong side of the throat. I'm okay. That hits.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, that was a
Is he
weird
though?
cough. It is within 5 feet of an ally.
Oh, pecan pie.
It's within 5 feet of pecan pie.
I don't think pecan pie
The
counts as an
animals
ally.
continue the same orders, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I was actually gonna say Kipchaw's probably gonna be to more like he, because that's still within her range. So she's between both Valeria and Lorelei.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this harpy's gonna fucking retreat. Full speed. Back up the mountain. Ves gets an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
That is a failure. Let's see. Flying up. She would be... Okay. Full speed. She's still well within range for attacks.
Yay!
But
I was gonna ask.
Devlin's are now at disadvantage. Because she is beyond his 150.
I feel a little bit more useful, but only a little.
Yeah, she's just beyond his 150. Well, no, she's not. Oy. Even with she only has a fly speed of 40 feet. Wait. It's plus. What was this? It's 90 plus another 60 plus another 15 for the height difference.
So the 90 would have been.
It would have been, yeah, no, he only has to move
Yeah,
forward if,
60.
like 20, 30 feet.
Yeah.
Blam.
I felt useful for 2 seconds.
You're so
He
useful.
can't- Hold on, he can't Hunter's Mark because she's well beyond the range of that. So that's 10 damage. she's still flying.
Okay.
This can't reach. Direwolf can't reach. Livia can't reach. Lorelei can't reach. Animals can't reach. It is now only Amartia, Valeria, Devlin, and the Harpy.
I boop. I boop. I'm gonna switch to the unbreakable arrows. Just I do not want to those things. Would be nice not to have to. Boop boop. Boop boop.
Oh yeah.
Yay. Okay, that's actually nice damage.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say that one collapses. It
Are you- did it
would have
actually
legitimately
die?
only had one hit point left, and I was like, it might as well be dead.
Okay, thank you. I was like, did it actually die, or are you?
I'm hand waving the one and less damage that would have been needed because you definitely could have killed it on the next turn. You retrieve your unbreakable arrows and half
Well,
of your
right.
expendeds.
Yeah.
Yeet.
I think that's just too.
Yeah, you guys can attempt to loot the harpies, but I will warn you, there's not too much there to loot.
Yeah, I had a feeling that there might not.
Let's
be
loot them anyways.
Let's see, creature loot PDF. Let's see if there even is anything worth getting on a harpy aside from
The
maybe their
feathers.
talons. I mean, I
Oh,
guess
that was good.
the feathers probably aren't worth that much.
I don't know. Do they look pretty?
The harpies, not really.
Oh. Oh,
They're
do they
meant
look
to
like
be like
what's it-
ugly as hell.
Oh, the Hagraven from.
They're not as ugly
it?
as hags, but they're pretty ugly.
Aw. Then I shall take their talons.
These are not the Harpy Lady Sisters.
I wish. They would look so much better, and they'd be better coordinated.
Yup.
Okay, everyone just had a Yu-Gi-Oh moment there.
Why do you think I made that
I
color?
just want to make sure that we're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh here.
Yeah.
Scrolling past all these dragons. This sheet has so much dragons and dragon turtles. What am I in? I am in E, almost to H.
Nate is at A.
There's G and H. Let's see, hags, no. Half dragons, harpies. Feathers are the only thing collectible.
Ah, see?
How collectible are the feathers? Like,
Uh,
are they worth much?
Can't be carefully crafted into calligrapher's supplies. Into a pen that can write enchanted love letters.
I
am
actually,
totally taking those.
Yeah.
I am totally taking those.
Lorelai's gonna write love letters. Go ahead and this would be survival to pluck feathers.
Oh lord.
Have
Can I get
fun.
help with this?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure someone will help. You only need one. Technically speaking.
If you ask nicely, I might give you guidance.
I need it desperately.
I'm waiting.
Lorelai just looks at the group. I'm gonna take the feathers. Who wants to help?
Devlin just kind of looks at Lufir, who already has a fuck ton of feathers from the rock, and he just kind of shrugs. It seems unnecessary to me.
Mine is just like, has that look of, I'm waiting.
Maybe.
Fine.
Okay, roll a d6.
Yeah, hold on. Me. Yeah, R.
Oh, okay. Oh, it says it's a nature check for this? That's stupid.
Oh, for God's sake, Nate.
That's fine. You have 5 feathers. 5 harpy feathers. And they do require work to turn into into the pen.
That's fine. They're still harpy feathers. What are the weight?
Negligible. These are much smaller than the rock feathers. Oop, okay.
I had harpy feathers.
Is the end of combat. And that's all. I do have another encounter prepared, but technically speaking, you guys were only supposed to have 2. The only reason I gave you a third is because you guys both rolled when I asked for a d4.
Sorry.
I was like, yeah, sure, we can do that. That's fine. It works thematically. The undead can come during the night, and they can have the other fight during the day. Alright. As far as the rest of travel goes, technically, it goes unhindered, and you guys will arrive back in Nilstown.
Yay!
Devlin
And
and
now-
Diretooth immediately take their leave.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, we're back in town already?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
That is technically the end of today's session. However,
Womp, womp,
before we
womp.
end, you do
Yes.
receive. Devlin does come and meet back up with you for a moment and hands you a bow. I had this crafted in town. It should be useful for you, especially since you're leaving your service after today. So, you receive the
does it
Stomp
look
Shot
like?
short bow.
Sweet.
Well,
Oh.
Its finely carved wooden bow is reinforced with halfling magics, with a string made of the tendon from a boulette. Tendon muscles have been woven into an extremely tense string that can pack an extra punch into arrows fired from this bow. When the ability of this bow is used, it makes the sound of a boulette stomping on the ground, hence the name Stomp Shot. This bow is considered a +1 for as far as attacks and damage. You have 6 charges. You can use 1 charge to force a strength save to knock an enemy prone. And it regains at least 3 charges every day.
Gimme.
Yeah, you can go ahead and add it as a +1 short bow, and you can rename it. And now, before we end the session officially, I need all of you to please roll for your health increases.
Yeah! We're
Oh,
level 6 now.
Damn.
I've
How
already
do we do
got
that now?
max. Roll hit dice.
Oh, hit
Wow.
dice, okay.
Whap.
Womp.
Against 5.
Whoa!
Lorelai got max. This got close. Real close.
I mean, I'm at-
51, hell
I'm at
yeah.
45 health now. I'm okay with that.
Shreds your last.
Wait, you have how much health, Chris?
45.
hey, I'm just under you. I'm actually higher than shit.
I'm 67 now.
Shreds.
Old lady.
Oh no. He's going-
Valeria.
Well, he'll have to do it when he gets back. Unfortunately, he's also streaming.
Said I stepped away.
Roll your hit dice. Hit increase.
Hit and grease.
Hearth.
Hearth. Alright, then that's where I will end my stream.